What do you say, everybody? Hello and welcome to beautiful Thomas More Stadium in Florence, Kentucky. Back home for the Florence Y'alls baseball team, featuring a three-game series against the New Jersey Jackals. Welcome to Frontier League Baseball on Home Team Network, as well as the Florence Y'alls radio network. Rory Tettemer alongside Ben Hauer, your broadcasters for the series. Excited to be back at Thomas More Stadium and excited to face another team from the East. Not often you get to face teams from the Eastern Conference, but we are here. First time I've seen New Jersey come to Thomas More Stadium, my 3 years coming here. So a lot to be excited about today, Ben.
Yeah, New Jersey's off to a much better start than we've seen the past few seasons. A lot of that due to just the absolute power throughout their lineup. But I think if you look at 2, 3, 4, Felix Stevens is leading the league in home runs with 12 of them so far. That is a lot. Bobo's got a lot for Florence. That's only 8, so 4 more than Bobo. It's going to be a lot to manage and some shakeup in the Florence rotation too. So going to be really interesting to see. Really anything can happen these next few days. Casey Bargo gets the start for Florence, his Florence debut.
Yeah, a lot of storylines coming into this one. Florence, obviously, as we know, has been pretty injured. 6 pitchers on the IL. It's the most that you can have on the IL. They still entered 3 games above 500, 15-12. They're third in the division, still one of the top teams across the entire league. Just to compare, 15-12 does lead the West Division, but the Central Division of the Midwest Conference is very stacked with Washington, Evansville right above us. Evansville 16-10 on the season. So there's a lot of storylines, and with that, obviously, being Casey Bargo comes over from the Brockton Rocks from the East Division for a player to be named later. Casey from Corbin, Kentucky, making his first start of the season. He was all out of the bullpen for the Brockton Rocks. A 9.77 ERA, but before that, in 2024, he was with the New England Knockouts. That was the branding before the Rocks, and worked more as a starter than he did. So maybe just a little misuse from Casey Bargo, and we'll see how he does in a starting role today here in Florence, Kentucky, obviously in his home state. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First, the away team, New Jersey Jackals, leading off the designated hitter Isaac Bellany. Batting second, the second baseman Dante Stewart. In the 3 slot, the third baseman you mentioned, Felix Stevens. Batting cleanup, the left fielder Luis Encarnacion. Batting fifth, the right fielder Martin Figueroa. In the 6th slot, the catcher Gustavo Sosa. Batting 7th, the first baseman Dariel Gomez. In the 8th slot, the shortstop Connor Marinak. And rounding out will be the center fielder Aldale Koloki. Flipping it over for Florence, Jackson Tucker in center field leading things off. Batting second, the second baseman Tyler Schoenfeld. In the 3 slot, the captain Hank Zeisler over at first. Batting cleanup, the right fielder Brendan Bobo. In the 5 slot, the third baseman Garrett Broussard. Batting 6th, the left fielder Milo Rushford. In the 7 slot, the designated hitter Marcus Brodell. In the 8 slot, the shortstop Dylan Baker. Rounding it out, batting 9th, doing the catching, Kyle Harbison. Billy Doobie on the mound for New Jersey, Casey Bargo for Florence. We're ready for our national anthem at Thomas More Stadium. We'll pause here on the 50 West Brewing pregame show. When we return, we'll have first pitch. Don't go anywhere. We're Florence Y'alls baseball coming up. Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for first pitch at Thomas More Stadium. The Florence Y'alls against the New Jersey Jackals, opening up a 3-game series. Florence 15-12 entering this, third in the West or Central Division of the Midwest Conference. The Jackals entered today 14-12, just a game behind them, and second in the Atlantic East Division, right behind the New York Boulders at 15-12. There's another 15-12 team where Florence would be right at the top there, first place in another division.
Yeah, there's a few of those, and I think that, again, you're seeing a little bit of a shakeup in that Atlantic East Division. But again, this New Jersey team, it's not as surprising when you just look up at who makes up their lineup and who makes up their roster. Felix Stevens is the star, but it's not just him. He's got a lot of guys around him. And, to make your first start of the season and your first appearance for a new team against a team like New Jersey, it's always going to be tough.
Absolutely. Casey Bargo making his first start of the season for Florence. Casey Bargo with the Brockton Rocks before this. All appearances out of the bullpen, an 0-1 record, a 9.77 ERA, 15 2/3 innings pitch, 19 Ks, 12 walks. That equaled a 10.9 K per 9. So another guy just got hit around a little bit. Obviously, 8 games, 15 2/3. It shows that he is going to be, obviously had a little bit more time stretched out than, a traditional bullpen piece, obviously going more than 1 inning in those times. I'm interested to see how long they keep him here as a starter, just because he's probably not as stretched out.
Yeah, we'll see. And again, when you have some of those long relief guys, it's a little easier to transition into being a starter as opposed to someone who is just that typical 1-inning guy out of the bullpen. But Bargo's been here before. He's bounced around at points of the seasons between being a starter and being a reliever. So, I don't think I'd be too surprised if he's able to go 5 or 6 innings if he is on early. That's going to be the big key, though.
That would be phenomenal if Florence was able to get 5 or 6 innings out of him. Obviously, that's always a best-case scenario for any starter, but Florence hasn't seen too much length from their starting crew these last few times out from anyone not named Evan Webster. So it'll be a good one to see. Obviously, Casey Bargo is joining the Y'alls at a time where they need pitching desperately.
Yeah.
And I think the probably main message to Bargo entering today is from Toby Hart is throw strikes. That'd be a sight for sore eyes.
Right, it's been the issue for Florence these past few games. Villalobos' start on Friday a little different. He did walk some batters, but he also got hit around a little bit. But I think after the last couple games in the series against Windy City was almost a welcome sight.
Absolutely. In steps the lefty Isaac Bellany. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, 89 down the heart of the plate. Bellany, a lefty, just one of 2 lefties in the lineup. Him and Dariel Gomez, who does hit 7th for the Jackals. It's the righty Casey Bargo, 0-1, skies it out towards left field. In comes Milo Rushford, now working back a little bit. Makes the grab for out number 1.
Bargo, another one of those guys. Florence really hasn't had a lot of these this year. He's got a 6'8" frame. His distance from his release point to the plate is really a huge advantage for him, and he's going to be tough, especially for righties to see.
We've talked a little bit about, some taller players. Obviously, the 7-footers from Mississippi, always a conversation. Fastball misses upstairs to the batter, Dante Stewart.
Florence were able to hit the 7-footer they saw against Mississippi around pretty good.
Here's the 1-0 swing and a miss. Blew it by him. What a hack there from Dante Stewart. 93, bottom of the zone. That's a good spot for Casey Bargo.
Now, this team's going to swing for the fences. The wind's not doing much, but it is very humid, and they hit a lot of home runs. Only one guy in this New Jersey lineup with less than 3 homers on the year.
Pretty amazing. Fastball misses just a bit outside. Again, another 93 right there. Florence really doesn't see too many 93-mile-per-hour fastballs from their starting crew. I can only think of Bradley Wilson, who is doing that, and obviously he's no longer even in the starting role. Here's the 2-1. He's all around the zone. That one catching the top, just not called. A nice slider there.
Yeah, getting squeezed early is the easiest way to kind of lose it. So you got to just keep being around that zone. Maybe you'll get that call later. Maybe it won't be called all night.
3-1, grounder foul. Now a full count. It is good to be back here at Thomas More Stadium in front of the Florence faithful. $2 Tuesday. Just an overcast sky today, not much blue poking through. Wind blowing a little bit out towards center field. Big swing and a miss, top of the zone. Casey Bargo picks up his first K as a y'all. 2 batters in. Seen a lot of good stuff from Bargo already.
Yeah, he's living in the zone. I think that's step one for this Florence staff, and he's got the velocity to do it a little bit. Now, you got to be careful with some of these guys. This guy, someone who loves fastballs.
Yeah, Felix Stevens, 12 home runs on the season, also hitting a whopping .375. Clearly has been the best player for New Jersey and also one of the best players in the Frontier League. Former Cubs farmhand, Felix Stevens.
Yeah, and we looked at it today. He's not just someone who is taking advantage of New Jersey's short porch at home. He's got pretty even splits home and on the road.
Yeah, 7 home runs at home, 5 on the road. He rips a single through the left side of the infield. First hit of the day for the Jackals.
102 off the bat. Just a really simple swing there, too, for Stevens. So,
couple off speeds from Bargo there. He's able to take advantage of one that's left middle in.
Could be one that you see, Florence pitch around a little bit.
Luis Encarnacion steps in. He's also hitting .354 and no snuff, 8 home runs. I mean, that would lead the Yalls as well. That one misses upstairs.
I mean, look at Stevens over there, size-wise, standing next to Zeisler.
Yeah, I can't wait till he gets to second and you see him.
Yeah.
Cheney, Fell, and Baker over there. Florence in the all-baby blues with the baby blue pants and baby blue caps and red bills. New Jersey in the road grays with black caps. That one. Foul ball.
I'm not sure what happened. Guess maybe that hit the knob first and then off his foot, but it looked like it hit him.
Or did that is called time? Was it a late time?
Not sure.
Felix Stevens takes off over at first, swing and a miss, and in and out of the glove of Kyle Harbison. That's not something I expected to see. Stevens with a stolen base to move himself into scoring position.
Bargo, is a pretty simple delivery. It's a 92, too. I wouldn't expect New Jersey to steal too many bases on him. Beadle, of course, still a little bagged up for Florence. So Harbison's getting a lot of this workload behind the plate.
Just 3 stolen bases for Stevens entering today. That's his 4th. Another one fouled away. A 1-2 count to Encarnacion. Casey Bargo trying to strand a runner in scoring position in the first. Working from the stretch, middle of the rubber. The 1-2 misses outside, 94. Low and away.
Nothing for Bargo, too, getting the pitch a little closer to home today than he's been doing with Brockton. Can make an impact.
Might have a family crew here. 2-2. Skies it, foul, and out of play. Don't know if he's got a crowd seeing him pitch in Kentucky today.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at how far Corbin, Kentucky is. Doesn't look close. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up first base side. Hank Zeisler will run out of room.
Yeah, we're not seeing much blue in the sky right now. Like you said, I think it's a good thing, though, with the amount of heat that we're getting. Yeah. It's a warm one today.
Probably the hottest one in the press box so far this season.
Yeah. Those clouds are trying to help us a little bit.
2-2. Fouls it back. Luis Encarnacion fusing to give in. I mean, anytime you can have 375, the top 4 guys, 345, 356, 375, and 354 in a row. I mean, that's a dangerous top four. 2-2 ground ball left side. Broussard gloves it on 2 hops. Throw on to first is in time and right in the chest of Hank Zeisler. Casey Bargo, welcome to Florence, picks up his first strikeout and strands a runner in scoring position. We head to the bottom of 1. Florence gets their first crack when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the first inning always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your money should work as hard as you do. Proudly local, fiercely dependable. That's the Heritage difference. Visit our local Heritage Banks here in northern Kentucky or visit them at heritagebank.com. Jackson Tucker, Tyler Schoenfeld, and Hank Zeisler will lead things off for Florence against the right-handed pitcher Billy Doobie. Doobie enters today a 2-2 record, 23 and a third innings pitched, and a 6.56 ERA to go along with a 1.5 WHIP. Looking at the splits, it seems like righties and lefties hit them pretty well, so it should be a good day, hopefully for the Florence offense if they're able to get to Doobie.
Yeah, they should. And, this is a New Jersey team that, little similar to Florence, their offense, when they've lost games, really has not been the issue. It's a pitching staff that's had its ups and downs. Really interesting to look at the last few games. The last 8 games, they've had 7 different starting pitchers. So they're still trying to figure out their rotation. Now, a lot of that is due to some double headers they've had in the past few games, which is always going to shake things up. And I think a couple of what you would call bullpen games, but still trying to find that consistent 5 starting rotation.
To put it in comparison, Florence was able to get to Windy City's pitching pretty well. I mean, a 5.95 ERA. That's actually better than both the Jackals and Florence's team ERA. Jackals at 6.07, the Yalls at 6.2. 1-0 runs inside off the knob of Jackson Tucker. A 1-1 count on him. Nobody out with the bases empty. The bottom half of the first at Thomas More Stadium.
Man, oh man, after those 2 crazy games that we had against Windy City, they came back and had, another 19-18 game the next day?
Against Joliet, as that one served out towards center field. In comes Coloki and makes a diving snag to take away extra bases from Jackson Tucker. That goes by. You might be off for the races for Tucker.
Yeah. Coloki had he had a good read on it. It was a slower approach towards the ball. It wasn't like he was sprinting the whole way to come make that play, but realized that he had the time.
Yeah. And then to showboat and get the dive. Is that what you're saying? Purposely slow going in?
Well, those PCA memes?
Yes. That one's in there for a strike to Tyler Schoenfeld. 0-1. Schoenfeld skies it down the left field line. In comes Encarnacion with plenty of room. Makes the grab for out number 2. Let's take a look at that defense for New Jersey. Encarnacion in left field. Coloki in center. Figueroa in right. In the infield, it's Stevens at third. Marignac at second. Marignac at shortstop. Stewart at second. Gomez at first. Sosa behind the plate. Now, you mentioned that Stevens, while as talented as he is at the plate, does lead or is second in errors in the Frontier League.
He is. And you know what? He's playing a little out of position. Played a lot of outfield in his affiliated minor league ball. He played a little bit of first base too, but New Jersey, as great as their offense is, they kind of have a lot of guys that you would say you really only want playing first base.
Yeah.
And He's working on his game over at third base, and I think it's gotten better as the first month of the season's gone on, but that's definitely been the worst part of his game so far.
Well, it's certainly a tall third baseman. I mean,
yeah,
to have that size over there.
He does not look like a third baseman.
It's a 2-0 count to the captain, Hank Zeisler. 2-0 and off speed in there for a strike, 79 top of the zone. Zeisler continued his hitting ways. He enters today hitting .376. A nice road series in Washington. Picked up his 4th home run. That's another one in there.
Home runs haven't come at, often for Zeisler as we maybe thought at the beginning of the year. What they have done is they've always come in clutch situations. That's what that was in Game 2 of the Washington series before the suspension. Just an absolute pitcher's duel. Gets on the board first with the go-ahead solo shot.
2-2. Misses inside. Yeah, Zeisler, obviously led Florence in average on base, OPS, home runs, RBIs, doubles, and walks. He's certainly got company this year. Brendan Bobo leading in some of those categories, notably home runs and RBIs. 3-2, fouls it away and stays alive. The leader in doubles right now is actually Garrett Broussard with 9.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a third of them in one game.
Yeah, he did. He did have 3 in one game. It's true.
Another one. He hasn't cooled down. I mean, we thought beginning of the year, not that it was necessarily a surprise, but you just look at his numbers last year, and there has been no regression to the mean at all this year. Still hitting .320. That's a talented bat that we know he could be.
You guys see what's going down on the third
ball?
base line, the beach ball. This is like a rock concert. Here's the payoff pitch to Zeisler. He cranks that one out towards right center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit going all the way to the wall. Zeisler on his way to second. He's going to keep motoring and stop there. He had a hard turn. Chose otherwise. A nice throw from Kolonki. A 2-out double for the captain. Brings up Brendan Bobo.
Hey, just another really good piece of hitting. And I'm not sure if he could have kept him to a single, but Kolonki took a really bad angle on this ball.
Also just playing, in an odd spot. He was playing left center field, thinking Zeisler would go opposite field, which he can do, but left a pull side gap open. That's probably not the best thing to do.
It was Schaumburg, I think, a couple series ago at home where they were playing Zeisler to shift heavily, along with the man at the plate and Bobo.
Brendan Bobo leads the team in RBIs with 33. 327 average as well. Skies one out towards left field. In comes Encarnacion. He's all over it. Now tracking to his left and making the grab to end the inning. Florence, likewise, strands a runner in scoring position. We're scoreless after 1. We head to the top of 2 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the second inning always brings us our umpire intro, brought to you by Pella Windows. Looking for a clearer view of every call? Trust Pella Window and Door, bringing you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good, even the ump won't miss a thing. New crew, Caleb Groom behind home plate. He's the crew chief. Down the first baseline, Jordan Alfonso. Down the third baseline, Dylan Polson. Scoreless through one. Casey Bargo back out on the mound. Martin Figueroa, Gustavo Sosa, and Dariel Gomez set to face him. That'll be the 5-6-7 for New Jersey. First pitch, missing inside at 87. Nice spin rate on an off-speed, 24.37 there from Bargo. Never seen a crew just bounce around a beach ball as long as possible in one section. It is still going on over there.
No, I think you spoke too soon.
It'd be, what was it, Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore that gets it and just pops it.
Yeah. That's what you would do.
Here's the 2-0. This is inside. If that was happening during the softball game last night, yes, I would have. A 3-0 count to the switch hitter, Figueroa. Pitching all inside. That's a 4-pitch walk. Start off the top half of the second inning with a runner on base. Bring up Gustavo Sosa.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Bargo because this sounds funny because he's the 5 hitter, but this is almost your biggest break in the lineup in Figueroa.
Yeah, that is the one of the lone 200 hitters.
Only got a couple homers, which is last in the lineup. 7 RBIs, the only one less than 10 RBIs in the lineup.
First pitch to Sosa, misses outside, a similar spot.
Yeah.
Outside to righties, into lefties.
It's 5 balls to start the inning here for Bargo after a great first.
See if he can roll a grounder, get himself 2. The 1-0, misses outside. Yep. I was going to say, it's the one where you just grab that rosin, give yourself a breather, ask for a new ball. In pitch clock time, I feel like you could just fake something in your eye and get a pause. You used to be able to do that at the plate as well, but now there's an actual clock on you. It's a little different. Here's the 2-0. In there for a strike. 2-1.
There it is, resetting.
Works
Had
like
one
a
of
charm.
his best locations yet.
Works like a charm at 93. Sosa hitting .319, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Even then, 5 homers would be second on the team for Florence. 2-1. In there for a strike at 92.
Yeah, and again, New Jersey does play in a very hitters-friendly ballpark, or should we say soccer field.
Just because Felix Stevens doesn't have, off splits doesn't mean that the rest of the team, isn't thriving at Patterson Field or at Hinchcliffe Stadium in Patterson, New Jersey. That's what it is. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside. Bargo from the stretch. Kick the payoff pitch. Slider. Looks good right on the outer half. Not called. It'll be back-to-back walks for Casey Bargo.
It's going to be a smaller zone today. And obviously, you'd hope that's called both ways. Haven't really seen anything close yet on the other end. But as a pitcher, you just got to adjust.
Have to throw out the Bop Arrow airplanes. Tell you what, that hurt my arm just throwing that airplane.
You didn't take a few weeks rest after an outstanding season.
You know what? I'm ready to play again. They're still tossing these beach balls. It's something I have not seen at a Florence Y'all's game. Something you see at like a soccer game, and it just goes around the stadium. This is just staying in one section.
It's a huge tradition in the outfield of the College Baseball World Series.
Is it?
In Omaha. That's the only time on the baseball time that I really see it.
First pitch missing downstairs. The batter, Dario Gomez, the lefty. Gomez, 233, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. This is one of the other guys that you feel like you need to have if you're Bargo. 1-0. Top of the zone in there for a strike.
Yeah, I mean, there's three you look at. It's Figueroa hitting fifth, and then Gomez to the plate and Mariniak, who's on deck. But then they kind of stick Sosa and Coloki in there, who both having really good years for 6 and 9 hitters respectively.
Nice 2-seam movement on a fastball there from Bargo. Sneaks one on the front door. 1-2 count. The beer batter of the game, always brought to you by Party Source. One-stop destination for all things celebration. Visit them at 95 Riviera Drive, Bellevue, Kentucky. Bargo shakes off a few signs. From the stretch, here's the 1-2. Fouls it away and just gets a piece. 85. It's like a changeup. Gomez, the tall lefty, awaits the 1-2. Skies it out towards left field. That'll send Rushford back a little bit. Looks like he has room at the warning track in front of the wall. He makes the grab, tagging second to third is Figueroa. Throw comes in. It's a bullet. Tag applied. Not in time. Bang, bang play over at third. The home plate umpire doing a good job to get right on top of the action. Let's take another look. That was a one where someone tagged from first as well.
Yeah, I think he's in there.
I think he's in there. It's a good call. A really good job from the home plate umpire to burn down the line, know his role. That's a good presence there from Caleb Groom. Puts runners second and third.
Boy, Rushford just started making you more and more nervous. He settled under it. It looked like well in front of the track. He kept tailing back. And
I tell you what, start to take your TrackMan distances a little less seriously, because that's at 302, but right in front of the wall. That's supposed to be 325. First pitch, swing and a miss, top of the zone. So just one away with runners second and third. Mariniak, the batter. No pronunciation on Mariniak.
Gotta say it how it's spelled. Mariniak.
0-1 misses way outside, but a good job from Harbison. Snag that.
It's a great play.
Kyle Harbison, if you weren't tuning in on the road, Harbison is technically the lone catcher for Florence right now. They have Zade Richardson available, and that's why he's not been playing as the DH. They've been careful, making sure they have a backup. 1-1, skies it down the first base line and foul. One, two. Hard hit past the diving Baker into center field. That'll bring home one. They're going to give a wave around for Gustavo Sosa. He'll be in without a throw. A 2-run single for Connor Mariniak. Jackals on top 2-0.
Yeah, just another one where, again, Mariniak's someone that I feel like you have to capitalize against, but it shows the depth of this New Jersey lineup. That is a hard rocket back up the middle. Baker made it look like he might have had a chance.
Yeah, it's 104 right back up the middle. And, that's what happens when you walk the two leadoff runners. It's, the same story for Florence all season. First pitch is in there for a strike. Throw down to second for the runner going is not in time. So Marignac gets a 2-run single and then steals first base immediately. Also, that one not called a strike even though it was on in TrackMan. I mean, that's just that. Had a few of those last series, but just got to be called. 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. It was the first batter in Figueroa where, nothing really close. And then it seemed like he was kind of getting squeezed against Sosa. So, tail of 2 walks there. 2-0. Off speed in there for a strike. A lot of confidence to go to that on 2-0.
Yeah, you could tell he's trusting it early. I might say it's looked like his best pitch so far.
2-1. Ground ball, high hopper over the glove of Broussard down the third base line. That'll bring home another. It's 3-0 Jackals. As now that's misplayed by Rushford. It goes all the way to the corner. On the way to third is Koloki. He slides in with a 1-out triple. That's just a misplay by Milo Rushford in left field. I think he thought it was going to hit off that wall and just kept going, sneaking down the line.
That's just a really tough one. You're not going to see many triples where the ball first hits the turf, barely in front of home plate. Just a high chopper. 79 miles an hour on the exit velocity for a triple.
5 feet on the distance. It's 3-0 New Jersey. They're out in front of Florence early. Y'all's going to be playing from behind, need the offense to do something. Casey Bargo also trying to get out of this inning. All 3 earned against him. That one skied high out towards center field. Tucker working in, going to be tagging from third. Still coming in, it's in shallow center. Throw through the cutoff, not in time. 4-0 New Jersey.
And that right there is why the misplay in left is just crucial for Rushford with 1 out. Keep that runner put at second.
Florence has not been presenting a outfield that anyone seems to be afraid of arms-wise, even running a Bobo, who has the best arm out in right field. And we know Tucker, he did get away with, an outfield assist. That's the only outfield assist Florence has. Later found out that, it was called out at the plate. Harbison admitted he did not touch him. There's a single up the middle as the inning continues. That is now the 3rd hit in the inning.
Yeah, Bargo got a little timid around the zone the first couple of batters, and he said, I'm not walking anymore. And New Jersey is just kind of teeing off on whatever he's putting in the plate. Now you got to face Stevens.
Yeah, to not hit around in this inning, you have to face Stevens and Encarnacion, combined 375 and 354. Not an ideal spot. Eventually, you're going to have to get them out. Middle of the rubbers, Bargo. Pickoff attempt. Nothing going. Well, now the beach ball has made its way to our camera behind home plate.
It's working our way around the stadium.
Runner takes off. Check swing. Throw down to second. Not in time. That's another stolen base. Toby Hall's going to go try and argue that one. That one looked close. Let's take another look. I got him. Toby Hall going to go argue with the third base umpire, Dylan Polson, I believe the youngest of the crew. That moves another runner into scoring position. That's the 3rd stolen base already. We're just an inning and 2/3 through this game. They've clearly picked up something on Bargo.
Yeah, Last time Toby Hall was here at home, he got ejected in that first inning.
That long 20-19 game. Florence trailing 4. Needs something from their tall, new-coming pitcher. Casey Bargo, the hottest hitter in the Frontier League at the plate. 1-1. That last one also should have been a called strike. I figured he went all the way around regardless. Florence didn't get either. Now it's 2-1.
Yeah. And Toby, upset with the umpire over at third, obviously, at Polson. But he also, when he was on his way back to the dugout, said some of the groom, home plate umpire.
2-1, swing and a miss way outside. 2-2. Look at second. Good hold. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it away. Called in our buddy Richie Giuliano, broadcaster for the Tennessee Smokies, Knoxville Smokies now. Was able to broadcast Felix Stevens back in 2024. Their nickname for him was the Big Flex.
Big Flex. I like it. Works with Felix.
Yeah. The Big Flex. 2-2. Missing outside with a slider. Now a full count. All 4 runs being scored by the bottom of the order. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Bargo picks up the strikeout of Stevens. We head to the bottom of 2. Florence trailing 4-0. Need the offense to do something. When we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom of the second, it's 4-0 on our Thomas More scoreboard. Always a scoreboard partner, Thomas More University. There you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. 4-0 on the Thomas More scoreboard. Garrett Broussard, Milo Rushford, and Marcus Brodell will start things off for Florence. 5, 6, 7 of the Yalls. Florence will once again be playing from behind early in this one. Going to need the offense to, do their thing. We're talking about 2 talented offenses, New Jersey and Florence.
Well, they're no stranger to it, and they've had some pretty incredible comebacks here at home specifically.
Garrett Broussard has had an incredible season, hitting .323, 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. First pitch to him. Misses outside. At least we're getting it both ways.
Yeah, that's a strike.
That's
it's a small zone.
Yeah.
And pitchers just got to adjust.
1-0. In there for a strike.
There's not really one direction where I've noticed it being squeezed either. Definitely the top of the zone probably comes to mind first, but it's been all parts.
Yeah, I've seen plenty at the bottom as well already. 1-1. In there for a strike at the top. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Garrett Broussard down on strikes. Or foul tip. They're going to say foul tip. Nice. I didn't hear that.
Doobie's all 4 pitches doing the exact same thing in the exact same location.
One, two.
Oh my goodness. It's a strike. I mean, that's
Hey,
probably
we'll
worse than any of
Yeah.
Bargo's.
That's fully in the zone. Here's the 2-2. Fouls it away.
Same exact location. I'm surprised Doobie wants to keep coming back there. You're kind of flipping a coin on if it's a call to strike or not. Living on that upper outside corner.
Yeah. Broussard likes to go away as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of the off speed. That'll be the first K for Doobie. Brings up Milo Rushford. Wouldn't say Doobie exactly a strikeout artist. 14 Ks across 23 and a third. Just a 5.4 K per 9. First one misses upstairs. Milo Rushford. What a start he's had for Florence. 3-run homer. His last time out on Sunday. In 421, 6 RBIs. He cranks that one out towards left field. In comes Encarnacion, who slides and makes a grab. Some early flashiness from the New Jersey outfield. Taking away a base hit from Rushford. That'll bring up Marcus Brodell.
All 5 outs for Florence so far have been, or 4 of the 5, I should say, have been flyouts. 2 of them on diving plays. So Florence is putting pretty good at-bats together. You've got to think at some point some of them are dropped.
You'd hope.
You'd hope.
Marcus Brodell hitting .224. He soft serves that one into left center field. That one's going to drop in for a base hit, go all the way to the wall. Brodell on his way to second. He's in with a 2-out double. Florence, same thing as last inning. Gets 2 outs, and then those Zeiser last inning. Now it's Marcus Brodell, both with doubles. That one brought to you by Taco Mama. Or anytime's a good time for a margarita. Visit their new location in Union off of U.S. Route 42.
Yeah, you could start to see Brodell's approach changing a little bit. I think he got a little power hungry in the first few at-bats, or first few games, I should say. Hit an early home run of the season, and he's got a lot shorter swings these last week. Starting to put some good at-bats together.
Had 2 hits back actually on Sunday.
Yep.
In a good game. Look back at second. First pitch. In there for a strike to Dylan Baker. Dylan Baker's cooled off a little bit, hitting .237. Baker finishes last series 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. 0-1. Runs inside. Looks like it hits his hand. He's going to argue that with the home plate umpire. They'll meet.
If it hit his hand, but if they say he went around, then it's...
Let's see what they call.
Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but I thought he went around anyway.
Toby Hall's going to come talk to the home plate umpire now. I love when you can like clearly see the mark.
Yeah.
On the hand. And they still, like, you know, after even conferring that they already called it one way, you can't do it again. So it will be an 0-2 count. Runner on second, 2 away. Washington was attacking Baker away in the last series. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it, goes all the way to the backstop. Throw on to first. Not in time. A drop third strike. I'm going to say no foul tip, but he was just fully a swing and a miss, and then off the catcher's glove.
That's a gift for Florence.
Thought also a gift for the call at first.
Yeah, I'm not so confident.
Runners at the corners. First time I think Florence has reached on a drop third strike this season.
Might be.
Brings up Kyle Harbison with an RBI opportunity here. Florence trailing 4-0 in the bottom of the second.
Got to capitalize here.
It's tough to do so with 2 outs. As he ropes one into center field, that'll drop it for a base hit and bring home a run. Florence makes us a 4-1 game off the bat of Kyle Harbison.
And I'll tell you what, for someone who's just kind of in there and just hanging on by a thread, kind of feels like is the only catcher for this Florence team with all the injuries, Harbison is provided a lot of value offensively, especially hitting in the 9 spot. I've been impressed.
I absolutely agree. You know, he entered today hitting .324, and even that was a little down from where he was at one point. But, you know, any sort of production from Harbison is good, especially, you know, when it comes and brings home a run.
Of course. Boy, that drop third strike's going to be tough.
Jackson Tucker, top of the order with runners first and second, 2 away. Flied out to center field his last time up, but it was a good piece. It was just a diving grab from Koloki. Off speed in there for a strike, 79, 2015 on the spin rate. Good sized crowd here for $2 Tuesday, especially with how humid it is.
Yeah.
You know, before we were saying beautiful days at the ballpark, and this is because it's not raining, but it's definitely a little thicker air, no doubt. 0-1, swing and a miss. Is that the right term, thicker air?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, normally when it's humid, you'd also expect the rain to eventually come. I haven't seen anything in the radar.
This week did look maybe a little shaky, but I think a lot of it came yesterday. It poured yesterday. Up near me, at least. I don't know about down here.
And it was, you know, heavy rain in Washington on Saturday. Like big drops. It was actually creating like an atmosphere. It was kind of wild as it was bouncing off the metal bleachers. Stadium pulse. The 0-2 to Tucker. Grounds it slow roller. Third base side. A 2-hopper to Stevens. Throw on to first is upstairs, but in time to retire the side. A run comes across for Florence. Kyle Harbison gets an RBI. It's 4-1 as we head to the top of the third. It's time for Tettemer Trivia when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the third inning always brings us our Tettemer trivia. The way it works, I read a question in top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. It's always brought to you by the Roar Agency. Located in all 50 states across the nation, feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Florence against the New Jersey Jackals, a 4-1 Jackals lead. Casey Bargo back out for his third inning of work. It's Luis Encarnacion, Martin Figueroa, and Gustavo Sosa. That one's grounded on the third base side, fielded on the backhand from Garrett Broussard. Throw on to first. Hank Zeisler moves a little bit off and is able to get back to the bag safely. 5-3 on the putout. Well, that's a quick first out.
It's very quick. I mean, I think we'll tell a lot about Bargo by just how he bounces back after that 4-run second inning. He got hit around pretty good. He also had the weird play in left that I think changed a lot. Might be another run because Rushford misplays a ball in left field.
First pitch misses inside to Figueroa, who saw 4 balls in his first at-bat. Came in to score after the walk. All of them missing inside, so that's the exact same pitch he saw. I don't know if there's a design plan for someone that came in hitting 200, if that's the plan to attack inside.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Just interesting. The 1-0 high and inside. Let's get to our Tettemer trivia question of the day. Always presented by the Roar Agency. Only 3 players in Major League Baseball history have accomplished 100-plus Ks, 15 or less earned runs, and 20 or less walks in their first 12 starts of the season. 100 Ks, 15 or less earned runs, 20 or less walks in their first 12 starts of the season. Who are they? I give you 2000, 2021, and 2026. 2-1. Misses downstairs, a 3-1 count. So looking for pitchers that have just kind of dominated early on in the season. One being this year, then looking for 21 and 2000. Someone that's getting a good amount of strikeouts. 3-1. In there for a strike, but not called. Seen plenty of that. It's the second time Figueroa's walked today. Again, we've mentioned that's not the guy you need to walk.
No.
Toby Hall letting Caleb Groom hear it behind the plate.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. But, again, it's been somewhat consistent. If it's going to be small on both sides, it's going to be small.
Yeah. First pitch is in there for a strike on the slider from Gustavo Sosa.
26, I really like Christopher Sanchez. 21 and 2000, you said?
21 and 2000 are the other two, yes. Misses upstairs, top of the zone. 90 miles per hour there from Bargo. Right at the top of the zone. I mean, that's a good spot. Kissing the zone on TrackMan.
Could this be a Garrett Cole really good start to the year?
0-1, slider misses inside. Sorry, 2-1.
In 21.
Two-one pitch. Fastball misses out. If anything you know is that you can't live away here. And that's always a tough thing for pitchers to do.
Yeah.
That's where you want to live. But Groom with absolutely no zone on the outside of the plate. 3-1. Bounces in the dirt and gets away. That'll be a walk anyway. On the way to second is Gustavo, or on the way to second is Martin Figueroa. He'll just stay put there. Same thing, back-to-back walks to that.
And it's really tough because 3 or 4 of those balls on most days would be called strikes.
So he's now had 4 walks, and all 4 of them are to the same 2 people. You don't see that often. Brings up Dariel Gomez.
2000 is where this gets tough, or I really show my lack of ball knowledge before I was born, because I don't want to guess someone who didn't play in 2000, but I don't have a great gauge.
One misses inside. Gomez flat out to left his last time. Went all the way to the wall. Fastball misses out.
I like Pedro Martinez early. I think Randy Johnson played in 2000.
Pickoff attempt, nothing going.
I hope. I don't know. Now, the 2021 one. That one's tough.
(2-0) in there for a strike. Nice off speed again. It goes to an off speed down 2-0. Does have a lot of faith in it.
Feels like he's got more command on it than his fastball.
You know, 2026, obviously just thinking of who's been doing great right now. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of Kyle Harbison. Swing and a miss. Leonard takes off for third. He'll be in there safely without a throw, but it is a strikeout of Gomez for the second out of the inning. Now runners split the corners. Third K from Casey Bargo.
Yeah, it's the beer better of the game, too. But that is just another really good pitch. I think that what we've seen from Bargo is once he just takes his time and gets a breaking ball, that change-up to settle him down, he's been able to change the eye level of hitters and go back fastball, change the timing up a little bit.
Ground ball over towards Broussard. Gloves it. Throw on to first is in time. That will end the inning. Scoreless frame for KC Bargo in the third. We head to the bottom of three. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia. We'll be right back on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the third inning. Florence trailing 4-1. Got a scoreless frame from Casey Bargo in the top of the third, but maybe they could try and use some of that momentum here with the offense. Tyler Schoenfeld, Hank Zeisler, and Brendan Bobo, 2-3-4 for the Yalls. Crowd going crazy for some T-shirts at Thomas More Stadium. Schoenfeld flat out to left his last time up. We are playing Tettemer Trivia in the inning. Only 3 pitchers in Major League Baseball history have accomplished 100-plus Ks, 15 or less earned runs, or 20 or less walks in their first 12 starts of the season. Who are they? As that one skied over towards third base. Stevens all over it, makes the grab for out number 1 on the first pitch.
I'm going to lock in Christopher Sanchez for my 26 and Pedro Martinez for my 2000. At 21 is where I'm going back and forth on a little bit.
Well, with one out, I need your answer.
I'll just go with Garrett Cole.
Go with the one you were thinking about.
Yeah.
Were you racking your brain with anyone else?
I'm trying to think of what Chris Sale was doing in 2021. I don't know why my first thought is to go with teams who had good years in 2021. Obviously, that was the Braves World Series year. Like, I don't think it's like Max Fried. Like,
0-1 misses inside. Well, let's get to some of our other guesses. We have David Alpern tuning in from California. He's an Angel fan here, so any answer about K's has to include one of the best Angels ever, Nolan Ryan. It's a good chirp there, but he did say, given the hint of years, he'll go away from Nolan Ryan and guess Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, and Justin Verlander. I want Sky out towards center field. Coloki all the way. It bounces off the wall. On the way to second is Hank Zeisler. He's in with his second double of the day. Florence with a one-out runner in scoring position.
again, Coloki not a great read on this. Now, I don't think that he has a chance to make a play here, and I don't think it really affected the play. But I think Zeisler just keeps hitting the ball in the middle of the field, deepest part of the ballpark.
60th double of Zeisler's Florence Y'all's career. He now moves within 16 of the franchise record. Brings up Brendan Bobo. So Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, and Justin Verlander. And we also had Kyle Karsten tuning in. He said Paul Skeens, Shohei Ohtani, and Chris Sale. I think he was just foregoing. There's a base hit through the right side of the infield. A stop sign for Zeisler over at first. Back-to-back hits for Florence. They're in business with runners at the corners and one away for Garrett Broussard.
It's another one of those classic hit way too hard to score, Zeisler.
So Skeens, Ohtani, Sale, and then Alpern said Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, Justin Verlander.
So I think am I the only one who could possibly get this right with the years that guessed a 2002, 21, and a 26?
What was Alpern's?
He had Clemens and Randy Johnson.
Clemens wouldn't have got up there. So far, yes, and then Zach Jury said Clemens, Sale, Jose Soriano, so he'll join you in that. Tyler Douglas said Pedro, Sale, and Sanchez. First he said dude from the Phillies. Couldn't remember his name. Swing and a miss on the off-speed.
Wait, Zach's joining me in. What was Zach's again?
Zach's was Clemens, Sale, and Soriano. Jose Soriano.
I ended up saying Cole, not Sale. And then Sanchez for my 26.
I was just saying joining you in the correct. Could be correct.
See. Yeah.
And then Rich Tettemer's getting to that one. 0-1. Skies it. Shallow right field. Heading towards the foul lines. Figueroa and Stewart. It's Stewart making the grab. No tag from anybody. The throw comes in on a spin.
That's a tough beat right there.
Rich Tettemer's guess is Randy Johnson, Ranger Suarez, and Christopher Sanchez. He said all guesses on this. Anything else on Twitter? No, nothing coming through. And then our YouTube audio stream, no one chiming in there. So that will be our guesses for the day. I can tell you, no one got all three correct. Milo Rushford with runners at the corners, 2 away. First pitch to him, skies it foul. So everyone was led off, probably because I'm a Phillies fan. I think there was only 2 choices for 2026. It was Sanchez or it was Mizorowski. Yeah. Mizorowski is the actual answer for 2026. Man.
I mean, he would have been my next guess.
Yeah. Pedro for 2000 was a correct answer.
There we go.
Bobo takes off. Pitch misses downstairs. Throw down to second's not in time. Brendan Bobo with a stolen base. He moves runners to second and third now. So Pedro in 2000, Mizorowski in 2026. And no one said this guy in 2021. I believe his first year in the American League was with the Texas Rangers. Jacob deGrom over there.
Honestly, I wouldn't have guessed that he had that great of a run at any point with the Rangers.
1-1 into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Zeisler will come in to score. They're going to wave around Bobo. Throw comes in. It's not in time. A 2-run single from Milo Rushford. Florence within 1. It's 4-3.
Milo Rushford's been doing just a little bit of everything this year for Florence in his first few games.
He has done really good. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that's made an immediate impact. Yeah. It would be Milo Rushford.
And it's hard to be happier for anyone than Rushford with just some of the numbers went in his first couple of years of affiliated ball. And Didn't quite find his stride, but he's looking like he can make a real impact here at Florence. And he already has.
So Pedro Martinez, Jacob deGrom, and Jacob Mizorowski. That one's cranked down the right field line, but foul. No one guessed deGrom, so it'd be anyone that, and no one guessed Mizorowski, so it would be Tyler Douglas with Pedro. Did you say Pedro?
Yeah, Pedro.
You also said Pedro.
2000.
So you and Tyler Douglas. 0-1 fouled away, 0-2. You and Tyler Douglas win with getting 1 for 3.
That doesn't feel good.
0-2 to Brodell, misses downstairs.
Don't know whether to be happy or upset that the one I got was the one before I was born that I immediately said, I don't know, I have no idea about this.
Runner on first, Rushford. He takes off. The 1-2 is skied out towards right field. Figueroa going back with room in front of the warning track. He makes the grab to end the inning. Florence plates 2. It's a 4-3 Jackals lead as we head to the top of the 4th. When we return, it's Ben Haller on the mic. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Yells baseball coming up.
Now, Florence's offense worked their way back into this game with back-to-back run-scoring innings. It's now 4-3, a slight margin for New Jersey, and a very crucial inning coming up for Casey Bargo as we've reached the top of the 4th. All 4 runs against Bargo have come in just one inning. That was the second. He stranded batters in both the first, or stranded runners rather, in both the first and third innings today. He'll have to face 9-1-2 with Adelaide Koloki to start things off. Does get a piece of that outside corner for strike number 1. Koloki was the one back in the second, brought in a run on that high chopping triple down the left field line that Milo Rushford misplayed in left. And he hits one hard again down the left field line. This one, a little more money's worth off the wall and rounding first. A leadoff double for Koloki. He's got a triple and a double to start today's game, and New Jersey once again has a runner at scoring position.
Yeah, right away.
Well, you get what was it, 81 mile an hour or 71 mile an hour off the bat of this triple. That one, 101 off the bat for a double. Jackals in business, especially with how well this team runs. Koloki's another one as the New Jersey center fielder, and now you get the top of the lineup and an extremely dangerous top of the lineup with Isaac Bellany.
Isaac Bellany's been a talented bat since 2024. He was with the Boulders.
Fouls the first pitch off. Well, he is. Made it as high as you can get without getting to the majors. AAA with Baltimore, actually for a couple of seasons. He's been in professional baseball for quite some time. But played with Baltimore's AAA team as recently as 2023. It's three seasons ago. Bargo offers him 0-1. Low to the dirt for ball 2.
I will say I misspoke on my Tettemer trivia. Not like it mattered because I didn't give any hints on the league, but that was still DeGrom with the Mets, actually.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I don't remember him with the Rangers doing much. I think that's why I got it wrong, even though you didn't even say that. 1-1 pitch, foul tip.
He was there in 23. I don't know if he was healthy for the World Series run.
I don't think he was. Now, obviously, if you're a betting man and you didn't know you had to pick one, you'd probably say he isn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but I feel like I don't remember him being healthy.
I think Scherzer was their big ad, like, in the World Series is when he came back.
Bargo ahead on Bellamy, 1-2. Awkward swing, and he went around. 4th strikeout for Bargo, and a huge one with a runner on second. Records the first out to the leadoff man. Does not get any easier from here. Dante Stewart and Felix Stevens coming up. Here's Stewart.
Yeah, you felt like you needed to get one of Bellamy or Stewart just ahead of Felix Stevens to feel a little comfortable in the innings. That's a big timeout, and maybe you get both.
Goes off speed, right down the middle of the zone to start Stewart off. A lot of guys in the New Jersey lineup who have affiliated experience. Stewart, one of the younger guys who does not, but he's only played professional baseball for a few seasons. He's already played in 3 of the MLB partner independent leagues. Fouls one down the right field line. Bo going over. That's actually in fair territory. He makes the grab. Runner will tag over to third.
Yeah.
So Coloki moves 90 feet away, but Florence will trade that for the out. Now 2 gone in the top of the 4th.
And you are kind of left in no man's land here just because Stevens is protected by Encarnacion.
Yeah.
Might be a little too early, but if you saw this scenario in the 9th, I think there's without a doubt that Florence would hold up the number 4.
Still, Florence out hitting New Jersey 3 innings into this one. It's a 1-run game. I think you feel confident in the offense. You still have some left in the tank. And, I mean, that's just baseball. Maybe the best player in the league is only successful 37% of the time. Runner on third with 2 outs and a 1-run New Jersey lead. Goes after a first pitch. Fouls it back.
He is chasing out of the zone. I've just seen in his at-bats. I mean, if Florence is able to get some off-speeds that, look middle and are breaking late, that's how I'm assuming you attack Felix.
That's what scouting report on. I mean, he strikes out a lot. Obviously, the 12 homers leads the league.
Who leads the league in strikeouts right now? Let's see that.
1 pitch, misses outside. Stevens just a 1-for-3 day in yesterday's game against New York.
Emmanuel Tapia from Trois Rivières.
Trois Rivières, I mean, I also looked at another negative stat today in errors. They have the leader there in errors, and they're not off to a great start this season. Joss finds the bottom of the zone. Seems like it's expanded a little bit from Caleb Kroom behind the plate as the innings have gone on. Bargo at 92 catches apiece and has Stevens down 1-2. 4 strikeouts already for the man making his Florence debut. Stevens will take his time.
Michael Sandel, we just saw him. He is hitting .398.
So he is one of the best I think we've seen so far this year. Well, and that team, I mean, is raking right now.
I mean, they have the top 2 in average, him and Justin Fogel.
Yeah.
I don't even remember saying as much.
No, Fogel didn't play against us. I don't know if he was hurt. Is that qualified hitters?
He ended up pitching. Yeah, he's got 114 plate appearances, just 7 behind Sandel.
1-2 off the plate.
He ended up pitching in the game after us in Joliet.
So he must have been hurt for those 3 games against us?
I guess. But good enough to pitch. And who knows what effort he was giving out there. But.
2-2 with 2 outs. Ooh, breaking pitch. Almost got Stevens to bite. Laid off. The count's now run full. Huge payoff coming.
Zach Westcott warming in the bullpen for Florence.
This will be the first time we see him at a relief this year. I mean, no way around it. It'll be the first one to tell you. Just hasn't had a great year on the mound and got pulled from the rotation. But a lot of things change, man, from being a starter and getting relief appearance. You have a more crafty guy following up a flamethrower a little bit like Bargo.
That's the idea. See 90 here and then, 80s.
Payoff pitch. Foul back.
Try and slow some of these guys down. However, it's a talented New Jersey offense we might be excited to see. Something low speed instead of Bargo right now.
Three-two with 2 outs. Just misses low. And I think that was a good call and a very, very good 3-2 take from Felix Stevens. He reaches for the second time. New Jersey puts him out of the corners.
It is a good take and it's a good call as well, but that is a good pitch from Bargo. I mean, obviously didn't get a call, but as close as you wanted to be to Felix Stevens on an off speed as well.
A lot of times you're getting a swing there.
Yeah.
From maybe less experienced hitters. They're on the corners with 2 outs. Encarnacion comes up swinging. Swings through the first pitch at 90 miles an hour.
And if that's his true fastball there, not a two-seam, he is down 3 miles per hour right now, just into the 4th.
Swing and a miss, same exact spot, pumps it up 1 more mile an hour.
See if he can try and empty the tank.
That is already the 5th walk of the game for Bargo. First one that hasn't come to Figueroa and Sosa. Both times through the lineup, back-to-back walks there. Up 0-2 on Encarnacion. Oh, Kyle Harbison just saved a run. Actually might have saved Caleb Groom's life.
Bargo shook off 2 signs there. You knew he was coming with the cheddar. I think he did try and empty the tank. It was 91, just way away. I mean, way out of the zone.
What does he go to next? 1-2. Inside again. You're getting close to hitting Encarnacion a couple of times.
Yeah, well, there's that. There's an off speed there. I like 3 fastballs in the off speed. Now stretching out the arm. Casey Bargo. Again, we knew he probably not stretched out to a starter role. You figure pretty happy if he's able to get you 4 here.
2-2. Popped up. Foul territory. Does Harbison have a play on it? He does not. Put his glove up as to say maybe, but that bounces on the top of the dugout. Well out of play. New Jersey's doing a good job fighting off these pitches. No doubt about it. Encarnacion tied for 3rd on this team and in RBIs with 18. He's 2nd in homers with 8. Another guy with affiliated experience, Double-A with Houston. 2-2 pitch popped up, this time playable in the infield. Both Baker and Shaney felt converging on it, and Dylan Baker's got it for out number 3. It's a couple more on for New Jersey, but Bargo, that's his 3rd scoreless inning in a 4-inning start. We'll see if that's it for him. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-3 New Jersey. Welcome back here to Thomas. Welcome back here to Thomas More Stadium. Game one of a three-game set with the New Jersey Jackals, and a look into the press bucket where we're enjoying some pretty good offense so far.
Yeah, no, it's an offense-heavy game. We were just talking if that is the final line for Casey Bargo. He goes 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, and 4 Ks. Just from what Florence has seen from their starters of late, you still feel pretty happy about it, as although it's not the prettiest line.
It's not.
Just what you get.
It's not by any means a good line in baseball, but again, the point I kind of made is that's how good this Florence offense has been. I think that's a big part of it. There does not feel like a lead that's too big, or a deficit really that's too big for Florence. Came back from down 7 with the position player on the mound in the most recent game here, back last Thursday night against Windy City. That was after another really good comeback. The Thunderbolts went up, I think, 4 at one point. New Jersey up by as many as 4 of them. They're having a little delay, a little traffic jam to the third base line, getting the kids off after the kids run. And so extend Billy Doobie. He's out for his 4th inning of work. This is one of the longest times they've had to get the kids off the field.
I send out a email every series, letting people know that, that kids run, if it's packed, it might take a while just between that inning. So at least we did give some game notes. Give some game notes on it.
Yeah.
And again, that's how traffic starts. If you start slowing down, you slow everyone behind you.
You have a lot of people going into a smaller opening. 8-9-1 for Florence. Baker, Harbison, and then they get it back to the top with Jackson Tucker. Doobie out for his 4th inning of work. First offering is outside to Baker. Just made that play out of pop-up to end the top of the 4th. 4-3 New Jersey lead. Florence has scored 3 unanswered so far, though. Ooh, Doobie does get that outside piece that neither pitcher has gotten yet so far. The line for Doobie so far, 3 innings, 3 earned on 6 hits. He's yet to walk a batter. He's only struck out a pair. Baker fouls 1 out of play.
Did not have many walks entering today. Was Doobie. Just 4 walks in 23 and a third.
It's pretty good stuff. Only time these two teams will see each other. In fact, only 4 series against the East Conference for Florence. The Atlantic Conference for Florence. Baker got a piece.
Yeah, Florence 2-1 against the East right now. Picked up a series win against Down East. They did lose that first game 13-7, then bounced back for a 3-2 win and a 9-8 win. Games that were very close.
Down East has been playing a lot better baseball since the last time that we saw them, too. They're hovering right around 500, and they were something like 6-12, something in that area when we saw them. Baker swaps out some equipment, gets back in for the 1-2.
It's another talented offense.
Fastball upstairs. I felt like at one point I was overusing that. The team Florence is playing has a great top of the order. No, I think it's the teams that Florence has just played at home this year have been really good offenses. Bopped him up. Stays on the left side of the infield. Stevens going over right by the mound. Will make the play. One down. Get to the 9-hitter Kyle Harbison, who had a huge RBI single. Came with 2 outs. Kept the inning going a little bit. Now, Florence wasn't able to do anything after him, but you get to your 9-hitter with 2 outs. Feel like you're going to strand a pair. And Harbison just put together another really good at-bat. That was Florence's first run of the game, and he's going to chop another one down the right field gap. Coloki able to cut it off, but Harbison's got his 2nd base hit of the game. He's 2 for 2, and they will once again flip to the top of the lineup card with a man on base and 1 out.
Pretty simple hitting there. Inside out that one towards right center. A good first step from Coloki, able to field that in the gap and cut off what would have been extra bases from Harbison. But that's a talented piece there from the catcher for Florence.
1 on, 1 out for Tucker. Top of the zone strike. 0 for 2. Really good contact in that first inning with the fly to center. Batting average slowly trickling. And it's such a great start to the season. It's still at 324. Didn't have the best series in Washington this past weekend, but still, just the contact numbers still there. Check swing off the plate, left it alone.
Obviously robbed of a hit here,
Right.
already today. But no, you're right. I mean, went 1 for 12 with 3 strikeouts in his last series. It is a talented Washington pitching staff, so you're always just a grain of salt with all those statistics. But you got to start picking it up here against teams like New Jersey with a 6.02 team ERA.
He's going to ground one hard, but right at the shortstop. Flip to second in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play to get New Jersey out of the inning. So Kyle Harbison single. Well, New Jersey able to work around it. We are through 4. Jackal still ahead on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change for Florence with a new wing coming into the game. You can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. This is about the point of the schedule where Zach Westcott would have been the starter. They go in a different direction. They call on Casey Bargo to get the start. They move Westcott back to the bullpen. It was a decision that was made after Westcott's last start, but they still feel he could be a valuable piece out of the Florence pen, and he will come in a 1-run game in the 5th inning. His first relief appearance of the season for the Yalls.
Yeah, we always, we were kind of thinking it'd be a difficult situation for Florence to have with Westcott being the pitching coordinator on, how to attack the rest of the season.
He gets a ground ball. The first pitch he throws. No problem for Shane. He felt over at second base.
But I think if there's one thing that you should also know about Westcott, obviously he's an 11-year veteran, so he knows how the league works. Him and Toby had a very good conversation about, how the rest of it should look and, him getting some innings out of the bullpen in, some long relief work.
And he's definitely played long enough to know that these numbers just aren't cutting it. 0-1 record and 21 innings pitched. He had a 9.43 ERA as a starter in his first 5 starts of the season. Good start to his first relief appearance. Gustavo Sosa now has walked both times he's been up.
Casey Bargo had 89 pitches in that four innings of work.
That's over 20 pitches per inning, which is starting to get that very inefficient range. But I do think after that second inning, you're happy with how he rebounded.
Yeah.
His final line, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs on 5 hits, 5 walks. He struck out 4. There's that Zach Westcott patented curveball, 68 miles an hour, lands at the top of the zone. It goes up 1-2 on Sosa. We both mentioned it. You really like the transition going from 92, 93, 94 on a fastball to the crafty 60-mile-an-hour curveballs of Zach Westcott.
Yeah, Toby even mentioned it, when talking to Westcott. Hey, you're going to follow, guys like Hopewell, and we're going to try and, switch up the velos here.
Well, if there's one thing that Westcott still has done pretty well this season, he doesn't walk a whole lot of batters, and that's been the name of his game. He puts the ball in the zone. He just got hit around a lot this year in his starts. Ended up giving up a total of 30 hits in his 21 innings pitched. Payoff pitch, cranked hard, foul down the third base line. We remain full on Gustavo Sosa, the Rutgers grad. This last year with the Scarlet Knights was the last year of a pretty good run for Rutgers, where they finished top 3, 4 in the Big Ten a few straight seasons. Payoff pitch hit high in the air to left. Rushford's racing over. He's looking up, and that ball's got no chance of staying in the yard. A solo shot and a little bit of insurance for Gustavo Sosa, his 6th home run of the season. Make that the 3rd New Jersey hitter with 6 homers on the year.
67 miles per hour. I mean, just left over the middle of the plate. That was tattooed. 99 off the bat, but 400 on the distance. All the way off the scoreboard.
A little bit of what we saw from Westcott at his starts. Just location, not as great as it once was. Again, we talk about his control being really well in the zone, where he's not walking a lot of guys. There's a difference between that and command, and having command within the zone and putting your pitches where you want them. I think that's been a problem for Westcott. He's left a lot of pitches middle at his first 5 starts. Starts off 1-1 on Dariel Gomez. He's working on an 0 for 2 day with a fly out and a strikeout. He punches one the opposite way. Tailing foul will get up out of play right in front of that Furniture Fair terrace. Well, he works quick and throws a lot of strikes. Not only, you feel like you have to move him out of the rotation, but it could, be a big addition to the bullpen if he could figure things out. They've been trying to figure things out in the bullpen, just finding more depth, and that could be an answer. Just misses downstairs again to even the count up 2-2 on the big first baseman, Dariel Gomez. Out of the windup, steps and fires. Gomez gets a piece. Gomez, another one of the Jackals players with affiliated experience. They've got 2 guys who've made it up AAA. We talk about Bellany. Gomez spent a couple of seasons in AAA Syracuse and the New York Mets organization. 2-2 count. Let's run full again. New Jersey takes that 2-run lead now, 5-3 on the solo shot from Sosa here in the 5th. Payoff pitch is lined up the middle. Jackson Tucker will watch it drop in front of him for a base hit. Back-to-back really good contact from Sosa and Gomez, and a runner on first with 1 out. Starting to get to that part of the lineup. You really don't want to flip it to Bellany and Stewart with a couple of men on. 1 out, 1 on for Mariniak. Shaw Smith is outside. Mariniak 1 for 2. Got the scoring started with a 2-run single back of the 2nd. Then it was the first pitch after that where he swiped second base. Wouldn't be real scared of Gomez trying to steal a base over at first. Mariniak, the lone Jackals starter, hitting below the Mendoza line at 179. But still, shows the power. He's got 3 home runs and 10 RBIs, make it 12 now after those 2 in the 2nd. Hits one opposite way, gets through for a base hit. Back-to-back singles, a station to station over for Gomez. 2 on for New Jersey. That's 3 straight base hits on Zach Westcott.
The curveball is, starting to be probably just a one-time pitch for Westcott. At 66, I think he can only fool him once. That seems to be where a majority of the action is happening against.
The tough thing for Westcott, too, is if you don't have that curveball work, and there was a time where that was, his go-to pitch in a lot of ways. And if that's the one that's not working for you, he's going to have to find ways to work around hitters. I'll delay Coloki. 2 on, still 1 out, already 1 across, and a 2-run lead here for New Jersey. He's first pitch swinging, deep into right, but playable. Bobo in front of the track. Sizes it up and makes the play. Gomez will tag from second base, and throw is cut off. Baker does a nice job to keep that ball in the infield. That might have scored a run.
Does move a guy 90 feet away now with the top of the order coming up.
Well, Bellamy came up just an inning ago with a runner on second and nobody out, but he could not move him over. He was the final strikeout victim of Casey Bargo. They're on the corners with 2 outs. Florence still trying to keep that offense within striking distance, now down by 2. First pitch, Bellamy swings, popped foul down the third baseline. 0 for 2 with an RBI, a sac fly back in the second inning is Bellamy. 4 homers, a pretty good number for a leadoff hitter. Someone who combines speed and power really well. One of the more experienced players here in the Frontier League. It's down 0-2 after a couple of foul balls. Westcott tried to prove he could be a valuable piece out of the Florence bullpen and leave a couple stranded here in the visiting half of the 5th. He's got Bellamy down 0-2. Goes outside, runner takes off for second. It's a double steal, and they got the runner between third and home. It's Gomez. It's going to be a pickle. Broussard runs him down. Westcott's got him. He's got more speed, and will let the runner get back to third because they have a man between second and third here. Chaos everywhere. Now goes after the runner at home plate, and Zeister will finally tag out Gomez. Wow. Not sure that's exactly how the youth coaches teach it, but they get the out nonetheless. Gomez tagged out after some chaos on the base paths, and Westcott strands a couple after the solo shot. New Jersey's up 5-3 halfway home on the Frontier League Network powered by HTM. New Jersey, some insurance at the top of the 5th. Florence offense looks to keep putting the pressure here on Billy Doobie. He's given up 7 base hits in his 4 innings. Got hit around a little bit, 3 earned runs, and still only struck out a couple. But he has yet to walk a batter. Those hits are the only base runners that Doobie has given up today outside of a drop third strike. Florence has got the heart of the lineup, 2, 3, 4. Shaney, Felt, Zeisler, and Brendan Bobo. As Zach Westcott gets some help, really, from the base running mistakes. Gutsy move you mentioned at the end of that top of the 5th inning with the top of your lineup to go for that double steal.
It's just a wrong move. That's a really bad idea. I mean, you're talking about one of the most talented top 4s we've seen. You got to give them a chance to bring home that run. We'll take it.
Definitely no complaints here from Florence, but see it a lot in high school, a little bit in college, but this is professional baseball. Florence played it well. Shaney Felt to start things off in the 5th. Called strike on the first pitch here to Shaney Felt. He's still trying to find that prime Shaney Felt form in terms of, contact numbers. Hit over 300 last season, just at 230 coming into this game. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop-up. But he had a 2 for 4 day in Game 3 against Washington on Sunday. They scored a run. And when he's had opportunities with runners on base, he's capitalized. 11 ribbies on the year. Punches a 2-1 foul. We talked about Bargo. Completed the 4 innings and 89 innings pitched. Wi-Fi down a little bit. Don't need the exact numbers for Doobie, but can't imagine that he's at a much lower number in his 4 innings.
He actually is.
2 and 2. That's why.
Shockingly. Get that. I saw the number. It was at like 39 after last inning.
Okay, well that is a lot less, I guess. Awkward spinner and a diving stop over at short, and a throw is not in time from Mariniak. Just a beautiful play to able to keep that in the infield. But Tyler Shaneyfeld gets an infield single the opposite way, just an awkward contact. But Florence will take it. Leadoff man on base for the tough part of the lineup with Zeisler coming up.
Yeah, he's at 59. So I saw that middle way through that last inning. So, I mean, right around 60 pitches.
I mean, that's about average.
Yeah.
For 4 innings, and even though he's given up the 3 runs on 7 hits. Again, the walks. People don't understand how much walks really play a difference. Shaneyfeld off for second. He's got a stolen base. As Sosa can't control it.
It's his team high 15th of the season.
He's battling his roommate, Jackson Tucker, for the team lead. Tucker has attempted more.
Yes.
Than Shaneyfeld has. But how about this? A man at scoring position. Nobody out for Florence. Pitch was a strike here to the captain, Hank Zeisler. Fastball, top of the zone. This is where that 3-4 gets fun. Zeisler and Bobo, and this is exactly the lineup construction for Florence. 2 speed demons who do get on base a considerable amount, and Tucker and Shaneyfeld, the 2 guys who some of the best hitters in the league, in Zeisler and Bobo. 1-1 misses. Another one that really felt like a strike. But Caleb Groom is not having his best day behind the plate. It's 3-1. Zeisler 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles. Both of them got all the way to the wall in center field. And both of them a little bit of a misplay from Koloki. The most recent, though, was hit off the wall, so it was going to be a double no matter what. He's got a hitter's 3-1 count. Ball 4. A 5-pitch walk to Zeisler. Florence at business. Game tying run on base with Brendan Bobo coming to the plate. That right there is Doobie's first walk of the game. It comes 4+ innings into it. A meeting on the mound. It looks like this is just Mariniak who's having a conversation with the shortstop with Doobie. Looks like Gomez is going to go over to say something. No, just wants the rosin.
Just wanted the rosin on the arms. I've seen a lot of people do that.
Now, as someone who played baseball at a very high level, what exactly does the rosin do?
Some rosin is, it depends really on the brand. Some of it does get like pretty sticky, and you'll feel it. Like I've grabbed rosin and been on broadcast, been like, man, you really do have some grip here.
Bobo hits the first pitch sky high in the first base line. And an infield fly called at first base umpire. Plays made by Gomez. Boy, he had Bobo up with a couple on. Nobody up, but can't do anything. And that at bat, Bobo retired. He has gotten under a couple of pitches today. That one and then a high fly out to center in his first at bat. Still 2 on. Now Garrett Broussard still looking for his first time on base. Now 1 up in the bottom of the 5th. It's a strike on the outside part.
It's an opportunity you need to capitalize on here for Florence. Obviously the meat of your order coming up with runners on first and second and nobody out. Obviously Bobo not able to get the job there, but maybe Broussard and Rushford can come through.
Broussard on the podium, 3rd on this team in RBIs with 14. Turns early on it and hits it foul down the 3rd base line. Doobie has done some nice work in terms of tightrope acts. He's left 4 on base for Florence. And, of course, Florence got 1 on in that last inning of the 4th, too, but Tucker bounced into a 6-4-3 double play. Runs away inside on Broussard. It backs him off the plate a little bit. Well, Broussard's been the versatile one in terms of spots in the lineup. He has hit everywhere, it feels like, from really 5th to 8th, all in the last week or so. 1-2, back right at the glove, a diving stop at Stewart, who can't get the flip over to second base. They get the line out.
Wow.
But boy, that is a spectacular play. And if he lands a little bit better, may be able to double up over at second base. But frustration for the Florence offense is a pretty good piece from Broussard, 94 miles an hour off the bat. It's all going to come down to Milo Rushford here in the 5th. Florence trail it by 2. Now there's 2 gone after they put the first 2 on base in this home half of the 5th inning. First pitch of ball.
Rushford came through last time. Let's see if he can continue hitting well for Florence.
That also came with 2 outs. A 2-run single scoring runners from 2nd and 3rd. The newest Florence offense member fouls it back. It's played center and played actually every outfield spot already for Florence this season too. In this 1 week with the Alls. Left, center, and right.
We've mentioned it. I mean, you could say what you want about, landing low if you got a fair shot or not. I mean, just 3 at-bats. But Milo Rushford has obviously earned his spot here on this Florence club. Just a veteran presence.
Now to his final strike here, 1-2 after Doobie gets the foul ball.
Look at the suites on the third base side. There's just a lot of condensation. You think it's just the AC is pumping in there?
I would love to go and find out if their AC is pumping and get a little bit of their AC. We don't have it here in the press box. Dancing over at second. Now Combs home with a 1-2. It's outside for a ball. Rushford's had a pretty good eye, I would say, so far, too, at his start.
He's only struck out once. And, now I might give a broadcaster jinx, but
well,
if I say it's a broadcaster jinx before, it might happen.
It can't be a broadcaster jinx. Well, then I just jinx the jinx. Deuces are wild, 2-2. Ball 3. That almost connected on the zone. But
did miss upstairs.
Really good take for Rushford. That's what we're talking about. Runners will be off. Full count, 2 outs. Florence trailing by 2 here at the bottom of the 5th, and Rushford has been hot in his first week. Ball 4 outside.
That's an affiliate at bat there.
Didn't jinx anything.
No, he didn't. That's
Ducks,
what I'm happy to not jinx.
Ducks on the pod. And Marcus Brodell has gotten a lot of opportunities. He'll get one here with the bases loaded. Just missed what would have given Florence the lead on a 2-run shot back into third. It ended up being a fly out to right. He's got the bases loaded. 2 outs. Florence trailing by 2 here in the 5th. Doobie, first pitch, is a ball.
How can I broadcaster jinx Marcus Brodell into a grand slam here?
Well, you're already pre-jinxing the jinx. Someone's got to write this down. This is a lot to keep track of. Awaits the 1-0. Outside 2-0. That is now 3 straight balls here for Doobie. Brodell laced a double back in the 2nd inning. Not only that double, but he also hit maybe the hardest ball of the game on a foul ball in his last at-bat where he flied out to right. 9 RBIs on the year. He's got the 2 homers. Both of them have come at home. Both of them fairly early in the year. Swing and a miss. He's yet to record a grand slam. There it is.
That's a good attempt.
Swings through that breaking ball low, way down. 2-1. Shaney felt dancing around over at third base, trying to get in the mind of Doobie. Fastball, called strike. It's a good pitch, and
yeah.
that is a strike. Florence fans maybe feel like it's been called a little uneven.
Actually didn't see much movement on that. That was just 79.
Yeah. Felt like it could have been a good one for Brodell to hit the opposite way. Nonetheless, it's 2-2. Hit back up the middle, through for a base hit. Shadyfeld scores. Zeisler around third. The throw comes in wide, and Marcus Brodell has tied this one up for Florence. It's 5-5.
What a piece from Marcus Brodell. 100 right back up the middle. Just what you want to see from the rookie.
And the Rally-Alls have rallied once again, down by 4 all the way back in the 2nd inning. They tie things up at 5 here at the bottom of the 5th. Still trying to add some offense on with 2 outs. It's Dylan Baker with a couple on base. As Rushford just goes first to second there. Baker cracks one hard foul. Florence now out hitting New Jersey 9-8. First 2 walks for Doobie came in both came in this inning and are crucial part now. Baker's down at an 0-2 hole after that foul ball. Well, you got some tough decisions coming up. Brodell started to hit a little bit. Rushford's been awesome. Once Beadle's healthy and they can get Richardson back in the lineup. Oh, yeah, you don't mention Brett Blomquist, who's hit 320.
I know.
And Baker hits one into shallow left. Encarnacion initially misreads it. It drops in. Has to hop to keep it in front of him. And that scores a run. Rushford around to score on a misread in left. An RBI single here for Dylan Baker. And Florence has a lead. Brodell just moves up to second base. It's 6-5 y'alls.
Yeah, that's just a tough misread there. Out in left field from Encarnacion. Definitely hung up enough for someone to get there, and he didn't break until late.
He didn't break until late. When he did take that first step, he stopped too. It was almost 2 misreads. But that'll go as a base hit. Double digits hits on the days for Florence with 10 of them now. As Harbison fouls one down the third baseline. Harbison's 2 for 2. He's got 2 of those 10 base hits with a couple of singles. This one's hit the opposite way. Figueroa's got a better beat on it, sprinting up, and that drops, and that gets past him. He dives. Brodell scores. Baker around to score. Harbison stops at second. The throw comes in late after Coloki picks it up. Another 2-run base hit for Florence from Kyle Harbison, who delivers again. It's now 8-5 y'alls.
it's just one of those games for Harbison where he's just locked in on putting bat to ball. He picks up a 2-run double here, and I honestly wish he just kept going around.
I'll say this about the New Jersey outfield real quick before the Jackals make a change. They've misread some balls. It does not look like the speediest outfield in the world either. I think they're going to make a change. We'll see.
We're mentioning, it's a pretty big defense for New Jersey.
Are they sacrificing some power just for some speed in general?
Oh, it's, the 2022 Phillies run, playing Kyle Schwarber in left field just so you can have Schwarber and Hoskins in the lineup.
8 runs on 11 hits on Doobie, and Bobby Jones is going to keep his right-hander in the game.
Got to admit, I do love Bobby Jones with the high socks from the manager. You don't see that often. That's tip of the cap. Tip of the cap.
Still haven't seen Toby in the jersey yet this year.
No, I do like the cutoff. I'll admit that too.
I like the cutoff. He can do him, but the long sleeves today in the 88, that was pretty crazy. In black long sleeves.
Yep, no doubt.
Harbison, the lone base runner now, still 2 outs in the inning, and Tucker goes after the first pitch, hits it foul. Keep in mind, Florence has gotten all 5 of these runs here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. They got the first 2-1 in the inning on a Schoenfeld single and a Zeisler walk. Then they got the Bobo pop-up and a hard line out from Broussard. Since then, walk, 2-run single, RBI single, and a 2-run double. All 9 hit in this inning, and Tucker lines it right at Stewart. That gets Doobie out of the inning, but Florence takes the lead on a 5 spot here in the 5th. Another Florence crooked number and another deficit for Florence avenged. It's 8-5 going to the 6th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Florence with their first lead of the ball game after a 5 spot of the 5th. It is now 8-5 Y'alls. Also out hitting New Jersey 11-8. Some weird plays in the outfield for both teams. Still no errors for either side today. But New Jersey, one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. Now with a deficit, it'll bring the top of the lineup up. And Isaac Bellany to start things off against Zach Westcott going back out for his 2nd inning of work. First pitch is called a strike on that outside corner. Hasn't been called all day. Bellany watched it go by. It's strike 1. 0 for 2 day for Bellany. Fastball up. Bellany was actually up at the plate at the top of the 5th inning when New Jersey tried that double steal with runners on 1st and 3rd. There's that curveball, 64. It certainly fooled Bellany. He's down 1-2. But you kind of mentioned you probably wouldn't like to see it again. He got hit twice in that inning from Westcott. Runs upstairs with an 82-mile-an-hour fastball to even the count up. Count now full after a pitch low. Harbison shaking off something, I think, with his equipment. You know, Westcott does get the lead now. We talked a lot about when Westcott was in the starting lineup, he was one of the ones who really got a lot of run support from his offense. Him and Liam Alpern were two. Certainly that falls into that category. I mean, 5 poor starts for Westcott. He only had an 0-1 record, though. That shows a lot. The ERA almost towards 10. Payoff pitch. Grounded foul on the first base line. First bat of the inning's a huge one, and Westcott did get Martin Figueroa to ground out to second to start the 5th inning off. Swing and a miss. Puts the curveball downstairs. Bellany swings and misses at it twice, and Westcott gets his first strikeout of the game. Just the 5th strikeout for Florence pitching today. Now Dante Stewart steps into the right-handed batter's box. Another curveball. This one's laced into left center field. It'll get down into the gap. One hop, just cut off in front of the wall by Tucker. Throw goes into second. Stewart in with a slide as the throw gets away. A 1-out double for New Jersey. And now we do get to see our first matchup between Felix Stevens, who just mashes baseballs, the league leader in home runs, and Zach Westcott, who's been known to give up a few. We have the runner in scoring position and 1 out. Florence, the new 3-1 lead. First pitch fastball, called a strike on the outer part. Stevens just 1 for 2 today. Had that hard liner single in the first. A walk and a strikeout since then. Fastball misses low. Made it all the way up to Double-A with the Knoxville Smokies. Chicago Cubs organization. And you can tell Westcott a little timid to put that fastball in the zone. Misses at 83 up. There's one thing about Stevens, he's got a big zone, that 6'5" frame. He's ahead of this count 2-1. He hits one into right center now. Tucker sprinting over towards the gap, and this will one hop the wall in the right center gap. Stewart around third, he will score. Stevens into second, an RBI double. New Jersey cuts the lead to 2. That is Stevens' 29th RBI on the season now. As Stewart scores for the first time today, it's 8-6 Florence. Both teams now in the double-digit column in base hits, 10 of them now for the Jackals. Luis Encarnacion with a runner on second and 1 out.
Unfortunately, I don't know if this is a game how long you can keep Westcott in there, even if he was brought in for length. I mentioned, I think the top of the order just was kind of looking for a guy like this to take advantage of.
1-0 pitch, misses off the plate. Again, one of the 4 outs that Westcott's gotten so far has been off of a base running blunder for New Jersey. He's given up 5 base hits now and only recorded the 3 outs himself. And now he has started Encarnacion off 3-0. Stevens already has a stolen base at second. Not that I think he's going to attempt one, but he's got a little bit of speed. 4-pitch walk to Encarnacion. And yeah, now you really got to start thinking about decisions here. The game-tying run is on base for New Jersey.
Max Whitesell warming for Florence in the bullpen.
And that's who you would expect in a situation like this where it's just a 2-run lead of the 6th. Boy, you would love if Westcott could somehow get out of this inning. Martin Figueroa still looking for his first base hit. That is 5 straight balls for Westcott. It's his first walk allowed. And now Kyle Harbison going to come out and have a conversation with his righty. Three of the 5 hits for Westcott so far are extra bases, a home run and 2 doubles. And the 2 singles were smoked from Gomez and Mariniak. Harbison still kind of working on that leg guard, some sort of equipment. Stevens at second, Encarnacion over at first. Figueroa has a 1-0 count. Westcott thrown 5 straight balls. Make it 6, 2-0. Figueroa didn't get anything good to hit when he was facing Bargo in the first 2 plate appearances for him. He was the first batter to face Westcott, and he grounded out pretty sharply to second. 2-0 pitch, finds the bottom of the zone for strike 1 on another fastball from Westcott. Gustavo Sosa stands on deck. And Westcott misses low again. He got a strikeout at Bellany to start the inning. And it feels like even at his starts, it has been a lot of 1-out damage for Westcott. He attacks the first batter, is able to get that out. 3-1 pitch, line hard, but right at Schoenfeld, picks it up on a hop, throw to second, gets the runner, but is low, no chance of double play. They're going to say that Baker was off the bag. They call him safe at second. Toby Hall is jogging over to the third base umpire.
What a late call.
You know, Baker, if that call comes earlier, certainly has time to get up and step on second. It's not going to show up on the camera feed. Schoenfeld upset at himself that there's no double play, and then you see he gets frustrated.
And Toby's
been ejected. And I don't understand this at all. Baker was laying at second base. You're telling me there's no way Baker would have known that he wasn't on the second base bag? Here's that wide home look. Diving play. And again, just out of the reach of our camera. I can't believe this.
This is one where, I mean, you're easily the youngest umpire on the field. There's zero reason to make a call that everyone in the stadium knows is incorrect.
Again,
and then you're gonna fire one of the few managers with Major League Baseball experience. Not fire, but toss one of the few managers with Major League Baseball experience here.
It's been a tough day for this umpiring crew. It's been a really tough day. And Toby's been out to argue already 3 times today. He's now had long conversations with each umpire. Remember, there was a call over at first base that didn't go their way. Harrison DeNicola's out. And I think this might be to pull Zach Westcott.
Well, not only do you feel like you should have had 2 outs there to get out of the inning, but let alone just nobody out. Now you have the bases loaded and 1 away.
So will this go as, now that they didn't get the 1 out, let's go as a throwing error for Tyler Schoenfeld?
Yeah, that would be a throwing error.
And the bases are loaded with 1 out in a 2-run game. And Florence makes a change. We'll be back on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. It's our second Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change of the game. Max Whitesale comes in with a new wing coming into the game. You could pick up the best wings in the tri-state area at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken to relieve Zach Westcott, who is on the hook for all three batters on the base paths with a little bit of wiggle room with some potential unearned runs, with that being ruled an error on Tyler Shaney. Felt should have just been a 6-4 or 4-6 fielder's choice, even on the bad throw. Baker looked like his foot was on second base, but third base umpire had different plans. And Ryan Paulson, back-to-back home games, Toby Hall has been ejected. First pitch for Whitesell goes outside to Gustavo Sosa. Stewart at third, Stevens at second. Or rather, it's Stevens at third, Encarnacion at second, and Figueroa now at first base. Already one run in the inning. Westcott on the hook for all three, but he's already given up 2 earned runs. As it's a 2-run Florence lead, 8-6. Whitesell throws off the plate again. 2-0. Has to do a little bit of a tightrope act. He's been one of Florence's more reliable pitchers this year. Him and McAvoy have been the two out of the bullpen they use in these high-leverage situations. McAvoy more the closer. Whitesell more the jack-of-all-trades, can use him in different situations. 2-0 pitch right down the middle of the zone for a strike. Last pitched to start off the second end of the suspended game, or Washington game 2 of the series, where Webster was outstanding. Whitesell is the first out of relief to start that game 2 of the suspended game. 2-1, popped, foul out of play. Still somewhat recently, Whitesell had that really tough appearance. Came against Schaumburg, gave up 4 earned in an inning and 2/3. I think he gave up 3 earned. Actually, just 1 earned in 2 innings against Windy City. 1 earned and 1 1/3 against Washington. And this one will splash down and right field for a base hit. Wave around third and a stop sign now. Figueroa. RBI single for Sosa, station to station. And New Jersey is within 1. But that one right there will be earned for Westcott. It is now 3 earned for him in just an inning and a third. Hoping to change the tides a little bit, working into the bullpen. Didn't have his best stuff today. And now you bring up Dariel Gomez with the bases juiced again and 1 out in a 1-run game. Ready on lefty matchup too. He swings at the first pitch, hits it high into left center. Here's Rushford going over. And will make the play, but this should tie the game. Tagging from third and scoring is Encarnacion. Throw keeps the runner over at second. That's Figueroa. Sosa stays at first. We are tied up at 8. That should be the inning. Well, I mean, whatever way you want to look at it, too. If you want to blame the umpire as one thing, Shaney felt would be the first one to tell you he should have made that play. It should be a double play anyway. But 2 more will score. We're all knotted up. Still runners on first and second with 2 outs. A lot of movement over there at second base from Figueroa.
Do I look like the guy that would blame one of our players instead of an umpire?
Rory, you do not. Well, teams are even in hits now, too, with 11. Punched foul the opposite way. Mariniak is working on a 2-for-3 day. The only New Jersey hitter hitting below 200 coming into this game, but he's seeing the ball well. Hard ground out to third, too, is the only out for him so far, as Whitesell misses badly. So Westcott started off this inning by striking out Bellany. Gave up back-to-back doubles that scored a run. He then walked Encarnacion. And on that controversial play over at second base, they got Toby Hall ejected. Ruled an error on Shaney, felt low to the bases. A single and a sac fly to tie it. Whitesell runs inside here on Mariniak, and all he could do was foul it off. Deuces are wild here at a 2-2 count and 2 outs. Time called by Mariniak. Popped foul down the right field line, up and out of play. Now, Florence offense has been hot. 11 hits for him so far. Going to the bottom of the 6th, still feeling decent with the tie game. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout for Whitesell. Beautiful break and pitch, tail it outside, and they get out of the inning stranding a couple. But New Jersey comes back to tie it up with a 3-run 6th. Florence trying to get back in front once again. The bottom of the 6th, right here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Hooves hang out pitching change for New Jersey, their first man out of the bullpen. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards? Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hang Out today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. Great arm, maybe a better name coming out of the bullpen here for New Jersey. They call Dozy Drakeford to face the heart of this Florence lineup, 2, 3, and 4 in a tie 8-8 game on what has been a fun one, 5.5 through.
Oh, you're having fun.
I'm having a lot of fun. I love close baseball games.
Close baseball games where both teams have allowed 8 runs on 11 hits.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a line
I
for
love
Billy.
Offense.
It's a heck of a line for Billy Doobie, who's going to leave with a no decision. 5 innings pitched, 11 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. Not every day you could say, yeah, I didn't get a decision in that one.
Well, he's not going to be too upset with that, as Drakeford comes into the game with a 2-1 record, 14 2/3 innings pitched, an ERA at 2.45, and a sub-1 WHIP. He is the guy out of the bullpen for the Jackals.
Yes, he is. He's got one of the best out there. How about him and Connor Marinac? Apparently he has 9 1/3 innings pitched and a 1.93 ERA.
Huh. Yeah, baseball's, it's one of those weird ones because the roster is split up by position, that you don't list the position next to the player a lot of times, so you don't see on the roster when someone's a two-way guy. We had the same thing back in Windy City with another player. Shaney Felt start things off. First pitch is a fastball outside. Immediately see why Drakeford has had some success this year. 93 miles an hour on that fastball. Shaney Felt 1 for 3. Got that 6th inning or 5th inning. Started off with a infield single. Then he eventually came around to score on the RBI double from, or the RBI single, I should say, from Marcus Brodell. He's got a 2-0 count. Fastball just catches a piece. Looks like a pretty good location, but again, I haven't seen that a ton called so far.
They've activated that front row crew here in Florence that's just going to eat into you.
And these umpires are not going to have a fun last few innings. They do it a lot. Sometimes I feel like, a little harsh. 2-1 inside. But that's baseball fans for you. Can't say that I haven't been in a baseball game and let an umpire hear it.
I never have.
I'm sure. Drakeford's got 15 strikeouts. It is 14 to 2/3 so far. About 9 per 9. Ball 4. Just off the plate to Schoenfeld. Just like that. Florence has the leadoff man on base once again. It's actually just the second time they've done that today. Both times have been Schoenfeld. And again, you put a runner on base and nobody out for 3-4. Bobo hasn't had his best stuff. Despite that single back in the third, just got under a couple of pitches. But Zeisler has reached all 3 times, a couple of doubles and a walk. Trying to retake the lead with a runner on first and nobody out. Stevens playing pinched in a little bit over at third base. Not quite on infield turf, but pretty close. Middle infield playing 3/4 step. Zeisler still awaiting the first pitch. And he goes after it, pops it up into foul territory. Stevens going over along with Sosa, and it will just hit one row above the Florence dugout and get up and out of play. Very fortunate. Zeisler saw one he liked, but just got way under it. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball at the bottom of the zone. Zeisler second on the team in RBIs with 26. It's a pretty big margin for 1 to 2 from Bobo to him, and then an even bigger margin from 2 to 3 between him and Broussard. 0-1 fouled back, couple of foul balls, and Zeisler's down, and an 0-2 hole here from Drakeford. Originally from Ackworth, Georgia. As Zeisler calls his time. Out of all the impressive numbers, I think the most impressive one for Drakeford is the sub-9 whip. It's 0.886. Rifles a bullet over to first base to keep Schoenfeld in check. It's not going anywhere. In his 14 and 2/3, just 6 hits and 7 walks. One put outside. Very defensive swing for Zeisler to stay alive in this count, 0-2. Florence trying to continue their success against the Atlantic Division. Schoenfeld takes off for second. Pitch high and outside on a good throw down, but not controlled at short. And Schoenfeld is in at second base. Boy, that may have got him from Sosa, but Mariniak can't hold on. Maybe trying to get that tag down before he really had full grasp of the ball. That's what that was. And Schoenfeld has got his second stolen base of the game, his second in as many innings. And once again, a runner in scoring position with nobody out, as Sosa will go and have a conversation with Drakeford. Stolen bases have been huge for Florence, especially at the top of the lineup with Tucker and Schoenfeld. Give Shaney, 16 on the season to lead the team. It's either 16 or 17. Tucker right on his tail. That pitch was a ball, too. The first ball on the count here to Zeisler. Still down 1-2. Out of the stretch. Buries one to the dirt. Counts now even. Both teams with bullpens that have really struggled at different points in the year. And both teams have their one guy that they really need to do well if the bullpen's going to have any sort of effect. Whitesell and Drakeford have been the do-it-all guys for each of their teams. Another really good 2-2 foul ball for Zeisler to stay alive with the count. Go ahead, run over at second base. Florence came into the bottom of the fifth, trailing by 2. For a 5 spot, New Jersey ties it here on the top of the 6th. Florence wants to take their second lead of the game. Let's do another 2-2. Zeisler pops one down the left field line. Encarnacion sprinting over, tailing foul, and up and out of play. Here's another really good at bat from Zeisler. Pitch number 8 of the AB coming up. Schoenfeld has about as much speed as it gets over there at second. Drakeford working from the first base side of the rubber-ish. 2-2, swing and a miss. Boy, he went with that off speed on that inside corner. And Zeisler didn't have a good eye on it. First strikeout here for Drakeford. Just the 3rd strikeout of the game for New Jersey pitching. And it keeps Florence out of a sacrifice situation, keeping Schoenfeld over at second. And they are going to give the intentional walk to Brendan Bobo. Florence has not seen this a lot. They're going to do it to get to Garrett Broussard, who is 0 for 3 today.
Interesting tactic.
If anyone at Florence is going to see it, it's going to be Bobo. Not that Zeisler isn't also one of the league's premier hitters, but it's just that after you get Zeisler, you get to Bobo. So you don't see them trying to get to Bobo on an intentional walk a lot. Here's Broussard, going to try to prove him wrong. Swing and a miss on an off speed of the first pitch at 80 miles an hour. Swings and misses. Strikeout at a pop-up at his first 2 plate appearances, but remember that hard liner right at Stewart. Just an inning ago in the 5th. Schoenfeld dancing over at second base. 0-1 pitch is low. Wonder if that's a Drakeford decision or more of a Bobby Jones decision, the New Jersey manager.
I would assume it's Bobby Jones.
It's always tough as a pitcher to kind of, it almost feels like admitting defeat, even though it's not actually what it is, but that's how a lot of pitchers feel about it sometimes. 1-1, fastball up, but to be a professional baseball player, you got to have those egos.
You also got to have the ego at the plate being like, hey, you want to walk him to face me?
Yeah.
And, I mean, Garrett Broussard's hitting 323. It's not often you got to walk someone to face someone that's hitting 300.
323. He's got 14 ribbies on the year, too. A lot of doubles. Leads the team. And now he's got a 3-1 count. Schoenfeld with a walk to start this inning off. It stole second base. Drakeford got Zeisler to strike out. Now the intentional walk to Bobo. And Broussard is up 3-1. And an 8-8 tie. Out of the stretch. Foul back. And Florence, you're also a little happy. You got Milo Rushford on deck who keeps hitting. He walked his last time. But it's Broussard right here and right now with a payoff pitch incoming. Look to second, now throws home, and he hits it hard into left field, down for a base hit. Around comes Schoenfeld, a stumble in left field. Zeisler's going to come around too, and Florence takes the lead back on a 2-run double. For Garrett Broussard, who they intentionally walked to get to, it's now 10-8 Florence.
See, that's something you love from Garrett Broussard. Hey, you want to walk him to face me? I'm going to make you pay for it with 2. Not just 1, 2 to take a 2-run lead. Nice job.
It was Bobo, of course, to the intentional walk who comes around, not Zeisler. He was right on Schoenfeld's tail. That's got to feel good for Garrett Broussard, 10-8. Still just 1 out of the inning, and it comes on one of the league's best relief pitchers in Dozie Drakeford. Now it's Milo Rushford, called strike on the outside part.
Everyone's got a good ERA until you face Florence at Thomas More Stadium.
as funny as that, it's true. I mean, it has happened to a lot of different guys. There were a couple of relievers for Schaumburg, I remember, that had just outstanding ERAs. Well, even this count up 1-1 now on Rushford.
They were saying, Christopher Sanchez, who had a, 54 scoreless inning streak, even he was scared to face the Yaws at Thomas More
Probably
Stadium.
would be. Yeah. Jacob Mizorowski, too.
Terrified.
Pedro Martinez and Jacob DeGrom, the 3 Tettemer trivia answers today. This one's hit hard into right, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. They give Broussard the wave around third, an easy score for him, and Rushford slides into second with an RBI double. Milo Rushford continues to impact here for Florence, and the Yaws are up 3.
That's his third RBI of the day. I mean, 103 off the bat. Just a veteran presence from just a 22-year-old in Milo Rushford. He has looked amazing.
It's now just a 2-hit inning for Florence. Those 2 doubles are the only base hits. Remember, it started with a walk, an unintentional walk, then the intentional walk to Bobo. Those are the 2 runs that score. And a meeting on the mound here for New Jersey, still 1 out of the inning. Rushford just replaces Broussard over at second base.
Those doubles brought to you by Taco Mama. Anytime is a good time for a margarita. Visit our new location in Union off of US Route 42.
3 straight games at Thomas More Stadium where the Yaws are in double figures in the run column. 12. Make that 13 on Wednesday. 20 on Thursday, and then 11 here today. Brodell's had a pretty nice day, too. Couple of base hits, a double, and a 2-run single. He comes up with a runner on second and 1 out. Drakeford fires some high-velocity fastball outside. Brodell's 2 for 3. Also just got under a pitch on a fly out to right field. He's got the lowest batting average in this Florence lineup, just barely at .224 coming into today. It might change with those 2 hits. And he started 2-0 now from Drakeford. The good sign for Florence, too, they not only hit the fastball on Drakeford, they hit the off speed on it, too. On both of those doubles were different kinds of pitches. 2-0 punch foul.
Nobody warming up in the pen, so it will be Max Whitesell again.
I think it's to be expected.
I think you're going to see Whitesell into the 8th or 7th, Darden in the 8th, McAvoy in the 9th.
They like this Darden,
Yes,
the new
they do.
guy, a lot. He came in first on the road against Washington. Brodell goes after the high cheese, misses 2-2. One of the couple of bullpen members that played their college ball at Lamar. Of course, Travis Phelps on the IL currently. Rushford over at second base. Now 2-2 comes home outside of the couch full on Brodell.
Florence has, maybe it's a good burden to have. Just far too many games where there are just so many potential players of the game. It makes it hard to choose.
It does get really tough. Payoff pitch coming. This one's hit hard into center field. Koloki sprinting back. He's looking up, and that ball is way out of here. Marcus Brodell gives Florence some more insurance. His 3rd of the season. A 2-run shot, 13-8 Yaws here in the 6th.
That one got out in a hurry. 103 off the bat, 425 on the distance from Brodell. Just a little extra insurance for Florence, but that is really good to see. Brodell now just a triple shy of the cycle.
Another one, another really good relief pitcher here at Drakeford, or Florence. This ERA is going to look ugly after today. And the day is done for Drakeford. Back-to-back 5-run innings for this Florence offense. New man coming into the mound thanks to Hooves Hangout. Florence up 5. We'll be back on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. Hooves Hangout pitching change for New Jersey for the second time this inning. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards? Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D, Alexandria. Jones, another one of their reliable bullpen pieces, and they'll go to him in a 5-run game. Now, it's on less sample size than Dozie Drakeford, and Florence really got to Drakeford. 5 runs on just 1 out recorded here in the home half of the 6th inning. And Florence looks to keep adding on. It's a fresh slate, though, because of the 2-run home run. So nobody on base. And he does get 1 out to work with. And with the 1 out, it comes against 8 and 9. Dylan Baker and Kyle Harbison due up for Florence. 13-8 lead for the Alls. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1.
I was leaning Rushford for player of the game until that home run. That's now 4 RBIs and 3 hits for Brodell.
A lot of options. I mean, there really is.
The only argument would be that you haven't spoke to Milo.
Could be a good conversation.
And then just at the bottom, it's Kyle Harbison, who's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
Spoken to him already. He's had some good games, man. Oh, here comes Jones. Out first. The first 3 pitches is balls to Dylan Baker. So a 3-0 count for Florence shortstops. 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He's been on twice. Remember, he was the one that struck out and got to first on the drop third strike. And then Harbison made him pay next at bat with an RBI single. That was all with 2 outs and a 4-pitch walk here to Baker. So final line, because the book is closed on Drakeford. He goes a third of an inning, 5 runs, all earned on just 3 hits. But he walked a couple, 1 intentional, 1 unintentional. And the 1 out was a strikeout, so he gets the 1K. 1 on, 1 out for Harbison. Fastball up and out. Now, Rory, you think Toby might have to get ejected every game? Last 2 games, Toby Hall has been ejected, and the offense has just exploded. And they do say, again, baseball, it is a little bit of a strategy to get ejected, to get your offense fired up, to get your team fired up. And that has worked in spades for Toby Hall these last 2 games.
It really has. I think there's some sort of fine when you get ejected, so you just got to hope the wallets stay deep for Toby if he does go to your plan.
You're hoping to save it his money in this 9-year MLB career, you're saying.
If it leads to a playoff run, I'll cover a few games for him.
I don't know if I can on my interest salary. But
Danny would absolutely pay for a playoff appearance.
This is 7 straight balls and 8 on the first 2 batters that Jones comes in to face. Back-to-back walks. To add some salt to the wound, it's the 8 and 9 hitters in Baker and Harbison, 2 on with 1 out here for the top of the lineup, and Jones has yet to throw a strike.
Here's the one, the guy that hasn't gotten in on the action. It's Jackson Tucker. 0 for 4 today. He's grounded into a double play already. He's trying to join the fun.
Yeah, and he is the only all without a base hit in the starting lineup. Really hard line out to end the 5th inning, though, in his last at-bat. He's got 2 on. Fastball up. Florence up 5. Back-to-back 5-run innings. This one's 5 at counting. They're also out hitting New Jersey 14-11. They have the lone error so far. When there has been one y'all left at it, is usually not Jackson Tucker, who's hitting over 300 on the season. The number I also like, 13 RBIs, is spending the vast majority of the season as the leadoff hitter. That's 4th on this team. I think a little bit of is how much the bottom of the lineup has produced for Florence.
Certainly.
Counts even at 1-1. That was a ball, but Tucker jammed a little bit. Way up and inside, and had a big swing and a miss. Puts Jones ahead of the count. Tucker takes his time. readjust some equipment. 1 for 4 in Game 3 of the Washington series with the strikeout. Florence 3 games back in the Midwest Central Division of Washington they just faced. Went into that series 2 games back, lost the series 2-1, swing and a miss, and Jones gets a huge strikeout. Florence bats around here in the 6th. Tyler Schoenfeld got this inning started with a walk. For someone who he's talked about maybe struggled a little bit, boy, he's played a big part because both of these huge innings, he started them off. One with a single in the 5th and then with a walk last inning. Also stole a base in each of those innings.
His OBP is still his, best character right now. I mean, 374 on the OBP. It's only been extended today with 2 times on base.
He's got 2 on with nobody, or with 2 out, I should say. Anthony's called strike. But, yeah, I mean, Harrison to Nicholas' record as a acting manager is going to be great if they can hang on. The offense numbers, no matter what happens the rest of the game, are going to be great. Well, he is a hitting-minded coach. Played here at Florence. One-on-one fastball outside. And we talk about player of the game. If DeNicola gets his second straight win of the season, why not talk to him?
Why don't you talk to Bat Boy Joe while you're at it, too?
Just go down the line.
It's a race to the bat rack.
He's
had a lot of action.
Might just join the winning handshake line. 2-1 pitch. Ooh, it's called a strike. Here to Schoenfeld. Of course, if you've been with us these last few games, especially at Thomas More Stadium, this game is not over.
No, it's not.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs with 2 runners on base to Schoenfeld. Call a late timeout. This one's hit on the end of the bat down the left field line, and another base hit. Florence will score once more. It's all the way into the corner, and 2 will come home on a late throw in left from Encarnacion. A 2 RBI double here for Tyler Schoenfeld, and Florence has taken a 7-run lead in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Schoenfeld, I think he loves to hit that spot there, an opposite field, down the line. Gets himself those extra bases, another Taco Mama double.
15-8 Yalls, and Hank Zeisler will come to the plate once again in the 6th. Struck out. Actually, he's one of the 2 outs so far in this inning. Got a nasty breaking ball from Dozie Drakeford. It's the only out that Drakeford was able to record. It comes against maybe Florence's best hitter. Runner on second, 2 outs. Fastball way up and out. So those couple of runs do get tagged here to Jones. He offered back-to-back 4-pitch walks in the first 2 batter he faced in Baker and Harbison. Beautiful off speed at the knees, called strike. This is the first of 3 between the Yalls and Jackals. Another first start in a Florence uniform comes tomorrow for Nate Lawson. Then you get the vet, Yannick Villalobos, on Thursday. Zeisler skies one into center, and Koloki came up, and now he goes back, and it's off the wall. Schoenfeld scores easily. Florence keeps hitting. This time it's the captain with an RBI double. Florence now leads by 8.
For Hank, it's 3 doubles on the day. He's also chasing that record down. Now it's a 61st double. I'm sorry, 61st double on the season. But RBI number 183, the record's 191. So he's nearing in on that.
Close. Everybody contributing now for Florence. Zeisler stands at second. Florence leads 16-8. First pitch to Bobo, as he will finally get a chance to hit in this inning. Remember, he was intentionally walked this inning with the runner on second and 1 out. Garrett Broussard made him pay, coming around, scoring a couple on his 2 RBI single. Big swing and a miss there for Bobo. He was swinging for the fences. Spit on twice, that intentional walk, and then a single in the third. Breaking ball misses low. Bobo, a 327 hitter coming into the day. 33 RBIs. So we talk about how great of a season that Felix Stevens is having, leading the league in home runs. He's still 5 RBIs behind Bobo. That shows how great Bobo has been with runners on. 2-1 way upstairs. It was Bobo a 3-1 count. Three-one pitch is low. Bobo has walked both intentionally and unintentionally in this inning alone. 2-1 for Florence again with 2 outs. Broussard with a little more revenge, maybe. First time he had that 2 RBI double. It came against Drakeford. Now Sosa's going to come out and have a meeting on the mound.
Well, if you can just toggle that same mentality, you're going to walk Bobo to face me. Just say it again. You know, if you hype yourself up enough, you probably will make it come true. Let's see if he can't notch in another RBI in the inning. You've already seen RBIs from Schoenfeld, Zeisler, Broussard, Rushford, Brodell. The only 2 outs was the first one to Zeisler and another strikeout to Jackson Tucker.
2 on, 2 outs here for Broussard as Florence tries to keep this marathon of an inning going. They've hit around in the 6th.
And Braylon Jones is another guy who came in with a .96 ERA.
There's a little less sample size.
Yeah.
Still under 10 innings pitched before this game, but still. Broussard hits one foul out of play.
I mean, if Broussard makes him pay here, you're going to be really inflating that ERA. Right now it's 3 runs. Might do a little damage to it, but
3 runs on still just the 2 hits, but he's now walked 3 batters. Breaking pitch misses upstairs again. Puts Broussard ahead of the count 2-1, and Jones has kind of just been all over the place since he's come in. "49 runs in the last 3 games at Thomas More Stadium for Florence Hills. And now Broussard is up 3-1. Again, another good problem to have about all these run scoring. These games are long ones here at Thomas More Stadium because of how much offense there's been. Swing and a miss for Broussard. That runs the count full. That was one of Braylon Jones' best pitch so far today. So Zeisler and Bobo will be off. 2 outs and a full count pitch. They'll have to run it back as Broussard fouls it away. This is a New Jersey team who came into the series with a record over 500, just half a game behind Florence at 14-12. They also sit half a game out of first place in the Atlantic East Division. That's New York in the lead at 15-12 over there. We'll try another payoff with 2 outs. This one punched foul again on the right field line. That one was really looking like it was going to be ball 4, but Broussard gets bad on it.
I tell you, that was a great thing to actually see, although it was a ball. Obviously, just waiting on it, to punch it opposite field. It's a good approach to hitting.
It is. Back-to-back payoff foul balls. We'll try another one. And this one's hit over the second baseman's head. Bobo and Zeisler will come around. The throw is going to have a nice play at the plate, and he is out at home. So Zeisler scores. Brendan Bobo thrown out from a nice throw and right from Figueroa. Florence gets one more to take a 9-run lead as the run counts, but that is how New Jersey gets out of the inning. So a 5 spot and then a 9 spot for the Yalls in the 5th and 6th, and Florence takes a large lead into the 7th. Rory Tettemer back on the mic on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM.
Top half of the 7th inning, Max Whitesell back out for another inning of work. It's a 17-8 Florence lead in the top of the 7th. Kurt, you were up here ready to go in the bottom of the 6th. Pretty long inning, 9 runs from Florence, but I'm sure you're not complaining.
Not at all, Rory. Good to be in the bucket. A little hot up here tonight, but good to be back in the bucket tonight. But, yeah, 9 innings out of the Yalls there. I was waiting for quite a while, but what an exciting inning there for Florence. Bat's just not cooling off yet for the Yalls. Love to see all that offense.
Adelaide Koloki at the plate. It's still Max Whitesell on the mound, a 1-1 count. Koloki's actually had a very good day at the bottom of the order here. A triple and a double. That one's skied high in the infield right side. Tyler Schoenfeld and Zeisler going at it. It's Schoenfeld making the call and the grab for out number 1. Heading back to the top of the order for Isaac Belloni. Or Bellany.
I like bologna.
Just looked at it wrong. But, Kurt, we also do have a first time on the broadcast as well. The brand new Topps Chrome Platinum from 2025 for our Rip That Pack segment here. A special shout out to Noah Ravenscraft that got this from Dick's Sporting Goods for us. And, we're excited to rip this now. It's been a hot product. The 2025 version, so you can still find like a Kurt's Rookie in here. First pitch misses upstairs. Have you ever opened Topps Chrome Platinum before?
This will be my first Platinum rip.
So why don't you start us off? It's also my first Platinum rip. Again, these are, just like the Topps Chrome we had last time, 4 cards in them. The 1-0. Check swing doesn't go around.
Just a little high on the track, man. Starting out with the Salvador Perez with Royals. Some kind of blue card in there.
Yeah, looks like you got 2 inserts here, yeah.
A Volpe.
Anthony
refractor.
Volpe. That one misses inside 3-0.
These are sweet cards. These are the 56 throwback.
Yeah.
These are nice. Jimenez, rookie. That's a nice one there. And then, looks like an Evan Carter.
Evan Carter, huh? Is it numbered at all?
Let's see. You can check the back for me. These are awesome, though.
I don't think anything, but that is a cool one to show to the
I'm a
broadcast.
big fan of these platinum with the 56 throwback.
And they all have like those, printed autographs on them.
Right.
But that's still a cool blue parallel. 3-1 misses outside. A walk to Isaac Bellany. Sorry, that would actually be a pinch hitter. That'll be Christian Hall entering this ball game. So Hall gets the walk.
So Noah just showed me a card he had pulled, which was a 56 Yogi Berra reprint refractor,
How about that?
which was really cool looking. So I'm excited for these. These are really cool
Yeah.
cards.
Let's see what old Roar can do here. Is that the blue one probably the winner for you? That one misses outside.
The Volpe refractor is pretty nice too. Little off center though.
I think I just got the one. Oh, I do got something back there, like a tops print on one. Denzel Clark, a good outfielder for the Athletics. I think off to a slow start this season. Swing and a miss. Dante Stewart, 1-1 the count. Got a Jock Peterson refractor. Playing for the Rangers there. Then Edgardo Enriquez. Let's see what this.
Cool.
See what this top. Oh, Bryson Stott out of 499 on a tops. That's just great for me being a Phillies fan. 499 Bryson Stott, and it's got like a tops frame on it, a little border. That's very cool.
I'm glad that was your pool tonight.
Yeah.
Because I would have just ended up giving it to you. I would have just handed it over to you.
How about that?
Yeah. That's a sweet. I like that ride.
I do like that. The Michael Jordan card from our good friend Tomas. There's that Bryson Stott again. So that's got to be the win on a numbered card.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
2-2, ground ball left side. Bobbled by Broussard. Gets it back. Throw across the body is in time. A good recovery from Garrett Broussard for out number 2.
Broussard able to stay in front of that one as it takes a hop right in the chest and gets to play it first.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card.
Yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous cards. Now, we haven't pulled much from the tops, but I'll tell you what, this is, I might be on eBay later tonight tracking down a box of 25 platinum. These are just sweet.
And they actually not even like bad price. I think they're just $30 a box, which is the regular, regular Bowman price too.
Those are awesome.
We'll be opening those all series.
And you know what I said, it was 56. It's the 55 design.
55.
My bad. The 56, I think, has a bigger face on them.
So we need Ben, our scorekeeper, to notch one down for me. I think that puts us back at a tie.
I've already got the trophies in production for this season's Rip That Pack.
There you go. It's an 0-1 count. Misses outside. Whitesell trying to give Florence a little bit of length here. It would be an inning and 2/3 for the talented righty reliever. Trying to keep it shut out. He has a runner on second. And 2 away. 1-1 count to Felix Stevens. They call him the Big Flex, Kurt.
The Big Flex.
Big swing and a miss there, 1-2. Out in front of the off speed. Yeah, the Big Flex played with the Knoxville Smokies a year after I had left. So I didn't get to see him play. But that was the nickname for him. 12 home runs already this season.
I'd say anytime you got a nickname, you're doing something right.
Yeah. Especially one as cool as the Big Flex.
Right.
375 average, 12 home runs, 28 RBIs. Got 2 hits today, a 2-for-3 line. Runner in scoring position. Here's the 1-2, fouls it away. Another off speed there from Whitesell. Florence does have a righty warming up in the bullpen. I believe it's Blake Donnan.
Another great night here at Thomas More. Good weather. Another $2 Tuesday. Come on out for $2 Tuesdays at $2 hot dogs here at Thomas More.
1-2 misses outside.
And you know you can't go wrong for $2 with a Nathan's world-famous hot dog, of course, on those good old Klosterman buns.
And it was already a beer batter of the game, so they got some discounted beers.
Beer is flowing, hot dogs are flowing. Good night. Baseball is here.
2-2. Misses downstairs. I tell you what, whenever one plane flies over in the game, a million do. It's something about just like the day. I don't know if it's the route they take, but there are games where you don't see any flyover. And today we've had about 5, and that triggers the bop arrow toss of the foam airplanes.
I'll tell you, we're so close to the airport here, it almost feels like there's jets coming in.
Payoff pitch, skies it out towards right center field. Tucker and Bobo coming in. Bobo dives and makes a spectacular grab to save a run and get Whitesell out of the inning. Take another look.
Bobo just selling out for this one.
Brendan Bobo, most recently seen in the Sports Center top 5. That's not the replay, but we will probably get that up on our Twitter. We head to stretch time at Thomas More Stadium. Kurt, you staying on?
Yeah, we'll stay on for.
We'll be right back. Florence on top, 17-8. All good, Tomas. Stretch time always brought to you by the Stretch Lab. Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you can ever imagine. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you today. Also, another Hoops Hangout pitching change. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hoops Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. It's Jorge Benitez on the mound for the Jackals. Braylon Jones will end 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Another low ERA pitcher that came in, and his ERA is going to be inflated after facing Florence at Thomas More Stadium. Talk about hot at the plate. It's Milo Rushford, who's already had a great day. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a couple base knocks as well. First pitch misses inside.
Remember, he had a fly out, too, in the second inning. The only time he's been retired, it was a diving play and left.
1-0. In there for a strike. Heck of a play from Brendan Bobo to end that last inning. Bobo in full extension airborne to save a run. Slider misses inside. I mean, up this amount, I think he might as well.
Yeah.
2-1. In there for a strike, dotting up the outer half. Heavy dose of sliders from Benitez.
Now, I don't know about you guys. I played left field, and I always could not wait to sell out for a ball like that every time.
Did you ever make any plays like that?
2-2. Runs behind Rushford.
I had a few that looked like what Bobo just pulled off. Just a few.
Probably look even better with the hair. Hair flowing out the back, too.
It was longer then, too.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
And you had a problem with Cowboy Kurt. You're not a big fan of Cowboy Kurt. You like Cowboy Kurt Kramer. Swing and a miss.
Whatever you like.
Rushford down on strikes. No, if you got a problem with it,
I just got to get him to pronounce my last name right. Then we'll be in business.
Who's been pronouncing it wrong?
So it'd be Cranmer.
What have I been saying? Kramer?
Cranmer.
Cranmer.
There you go.
It's
subtle.
It's a
It's a
soft
subtle.
N. So
I
yeah,
feel like
it's
I for sure have said Cranmer before, though.
You may have.
That one's in there for a strike.
But you did get it right. That was good.
Cranmer.
Now don't feel bad. The IRS has messed up my last name. I'm not
4 RBIs on the day for Brodell. He is a triple shy of the cycle. Heck of a day for Marcus Brodell. 2-run homer his last time up at the plate in the 6th. You'd hope Florence only 2 more innings at the plate, so this probably would be the last chance, and that's a tough way to ruin it. Hit by pitch there to Marcus Brodell will give him an express pass to first base, but I'm sure he was looking for something down the lines.
Brodell taking one right in the kisser. $1 million shot.
Definitely not looking to get plunked on the back in a 9-run game.
That hit by pitch always brought to you by Airport Paint and Body. When life throws a fastball at your ride, call Airport Paint and Body to smooth it out, get you back in the game. Visit them online at airportpaintbody.com. Dylan Baker will dig in.
I will say, once I get the new cowboy hat, I think then we'll have to bring it back.
I tell you what, the cowboy hat's not going to do well with these headsets.
We're going to make it work.
I've tried before.
I cannot envision a world where that works.
We're going to make it work.
You're going to ruin your hat if it's going to happen.
That is my job here at Florence.
0-1 misses inside. Well, Jim Ross, he used to wear a cowboy hat,
That's
right?
what I'm saying, yeah.
How does he make it work?
So I'm going to give old Jim a call. We're good buddies. We go way back.
Might have to get you a stick mic or something.
Hey, JR, need a little advice.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, blows it by him at 95, bottom of the zone.
I might have to reach out to Ric Flair to get his number, but I don't get it.
And who are you going to reach out to get Ric Flair's number?
I've got his on speed dial.
A 1-2. Swing and a miss, bottom of the zone. Second K for Benitez. 2 Ks and a hit by pitch.
He's looked good. I also think Florence just doesn't see a whole lot of lefties.
No, they don't. Out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. 6'2", $160 on the mound.
It feels like that 50% of the league's left-handed pitchers are on the Florence roster.
Kyle Harbison's had a heck of a day. He's been on base all 4 times. There's a ground ball at the middle, and the bat either breaks or just slips out of the hands to end the inning. That was an awkward play, but either way, it will send us to the top of the 8th. Florence trends a runner on first. And we'll see you in the top of the 8th when we return on the Front 3 League Network, powered by HDN.
Top of the 8th, it's a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change with a new wing coming into the game. You can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh and never frozen. Blake Donnan in for Max Whitesell. Whitesell goes an inning and 2/3. 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout for the talented righty. He will leave in line for the win. Florence on top 17-8 in the top of the 8th. Luis Encarnacion, Martin Figueroa, and Gustavo Sosa, the 3 to face Blake Donnan. Heck of a spot for Donnan. 9-run lead. Florence just hoping to close this game out. That one misses outside. Pretty low stress opportunity here for Donnan to continue to try and build some confidence. He's actually been pitching a lot more recently. That one misses inside 2-0. So I feel like I've said it a lot, but Donnan.
He's had to because of all the injuries, and he's been one that's really taken a lot of the workload.
He's 11 and 2/3, 11 hits, 11 runs, 16 walks to 11 strikeouts.
It's a lot of 11s.
It's a lot of 11s. 2 swing and a miss. But it's pitches like that that keep him, on this roster. And obviously, dynamite stuff with a plus fastball and some very good complementary pitches. It's just when he's locating them correct. That one misses just a bit outside. It's a good pitch. Just a tight zone as well. Now a 3-1 count to Encarnacion. 3-1. Check swing on the slider, doesn't go around. It's a tough spot for a 3-1 slider there. Leadoff walk.
A guy like Donnan, though, coming in, he's got a lot of action on his ball, and then you come in with that fastball on top of it. I mean, he can be a dangerous guy at the mound for sure.
Martin Figueroa is the batter. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. Reached on a fielder's choices last time. Oh, that one misses upstairs. Donnan's going to have to be pinpoint here. It's a tight zone that we've seen all day. So he's not going to be able to dance around the zone and get some called strikes. 1-0, whoa. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying.
So that makes me, think about last inning. That bat came out of his hands, and I mean, it is a muggy night.
Yeah.
Here in Florence right now, so I'm not surprised to see another bat go flying.
Gonna get some new pine tar.
It does happen a lot. It's happened a lot this year in general.
Now, what were you doing when George Brett was ejected from that game for the pine tar use? How old were you?
Man, I'll be honest. I don't know how old I was when George Brett.
1983.
I was just born.
Just born? All right, were you even, wait, what's your birthday?
9/10/83. I wonder if I was even.
Oh, so you weren't even around. Yeah, July 24th.
Yeah, I was not born yet. It's something, though, that, growing up, you see a bunch, you heard it talked about a bunch, but I honestly would have said 4 or 5 years old, I think.
Yeah. That one misses upstairs. 5-pitch walk, back-to-back walks from Blake Donnan.
It's one of the best baseball clips ever.
And Kurt, I'm not calling you old here. I figured you knew so much history about the, baseball in the 80s that you were around in 1983.
No, it's something, too, that, George Brett, such a heck of a ball player. It's nothing that really stuck with him, I don't think.
Now, Kurt, you're pretty big in the, early 90s baseball in 89, so you were really just a kid. You're a kid when you're collecting these cards and you have all this knowledge.
I was. So my father opened a card shop when I was 5. That was my first job ever, was cleaning Nintendo cartridges.
Well, that's amazing.
At the card shop at 5 years old, and started doing shows and got really into the hobby. Especially, I was big into baseball at that age too. I can tell you all about the 90s guys. Actually, just going over some
Ball
stuff
gets away from Harbison. Runners move to second and third. Nobody out.
Our lead cook, Mitchell, came in wearing a good old Manny Ramirez jersey tonight. Manny Ramirez with a .312 lifetime average, snubbed from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's an impressive batting average.
Manny Ramirez?
Manny Ramirez, .312 lifetime.
Well, he has some juice accusations.
He does.
Yes?
And that is the reason.
argument.
Yes.
2-0 the count. This is a can of corn opportunity here for Blake Donnan, who's walked his first 2 batters and has put them in scoring position. One misses outside, now 3-0. Florence, I don't think, is going to have a long leash here. They're already warming up somebody. Another righty. I believe that's Nate Darden. And now, that's the unfortunate thing, is that if Donnan isn't able to figure it out, then you're burning another arm. You were hoping Donnan could just, hey, we got a 9-run lead, coast.
You said that zone being pretty tight all night on him.
Here's the 3-1. Misses inside. His 3rd walk. That will load the bases and nobody out.
See a visit to the mound here.
That's the 3rd walk for Gustavo Sosa. He's been on base all 5 times today. Pretty impressive day for the catcher.
Let me ask you this: we're two different eras in a sense of baseball for us. Now, I feel like guys your age don't necessarily take the juicing era as seriously as guys my age.
No.
Not as big of a deal to you.
Especially because, like, I mean, steroids aren't legal now, but a lot of that stuff that's, I mean, even betting, you know.
There were so many people that were doing it that didn't get caught.
Yeah. Steroids are, you know, have never been legal, but it's like so much stuff that was illegal back then, you know, marijuana, betting and stuff, that's all legal now.
Yeah,
and, you know, they don't catch on to it, so I feel like juice, you know, has kind of fallen in that category. You just don't see it often right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the other thing, too, at that time, there was a lot of gray area going on with what was banned and what wasn't.
That one's roped into right center field. Jackson Tucker will pick it up before the gap. A run comes in to score. They're going to wave around Figueroa. No throw to the plate. 2-run single for Dario Gomez. That makes this a 17-10 game. Still nobody out.
You know, I think for guys in my generation of baseball, you know, growing up in that era, I think it was kind of like when you found out that wrestling wasn't as real as you thought it was. And when you found out these guys were juicing and everything, I don't think it just hit everybody different. It wasn't something everyone really knew was happening when it happened. And then we found out how many people were using it down the road, and then it became maybe less of a big deal.
Yeah.
When you found out, Clemens is using it, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. And, oh, they're all using it, and they're all using HGH and all that stuff. And then it maybe took the blow off a little bit.
Makes sense.
Blake Donnan's night is over. Does not record an out. Allows 2 runs. Still on tap for 2. We head to the bullpen. Florence on top 17-10 when we return on the Frontier League Network powered by HDN. Back here at the top of the 8th, the least famous recipe chicken pitching change. Nathan Darden entering for Florence. Darden, his first appearance at Thomas More Stadium's 3rd time on the bump for the Y'alls. Was featured twice in the 3-game set against Washington just last weekend. Darden wearing number 99 out of Rowlett, Texas. Impressed some eyes in the Florence dugout. An inning pitch, 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, no walks and no Ks in his debut. Then came back just 2 days later. Inning pitch, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. Features some good stuff out of Lamar. 4.56 ERA this year with Lamar University. 31 Ks, 17 walks, a 10.9 K per 9. Runners at the corners, nobody out. First pitch, missing at the top of the zone at 91.
It's also part of the chain of 3 straight Florence new coming pitchers named Nathan.
Yes, he was.
Lawson, Scott, and now Darden.
Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss, top of the zone.
High heat at 93 there.
Again, this is now it's a little less comfortable. I mean, 7 runs. Obviously, no game is out of reach. We've seen that. There's a base hit up the middle that'll bring home another run counted towards Blake Donnan. Still nobody out, runners first and second in a 6-run game.
That's going to inflate Donnan's ERA.
It is now 3 runs and nobody out for Donnan. All 3 of his walks have come in the score.
I'll tell you what, though, you go up 9 runs coming into this inning. These are games early in the season that you just simply cannot let slip away. You have to walk out of here with a win tonight if you're Florence being up that many runs this late in the game.
Well, you sit there in that 9-run bottom of the 6th, and by the time their 3rd or 4th RBI base hits through and they're starting to go up, from go up 5 to go up 9, you don't think those runs matter as much in the time.
It's not even really the beginning of the season anymore. You're a quarter of the way through now. I mean, certainly the honeymoon phase is wore off.
That's true. You're past that phase.
It's 28. It's game 28.
Approaching the 3rd of the way through the season.
Yeah.
It's going quick this year.
The All-Star game will be here before you know it.
Yes, it will.
Kurt, we got 2 weeks on the road. I obviously will be busy. What are you going to be up to?
I got a lot of golf to take care of.
And I asked this question about Ben. How many strokes do you think he could take off his game with just 2
Coming
weeks
back.
every day at the course? How many do you think it's possible to take off your game? Here's the 1-2. Fouls it away.
I think realistically, I could knock that index down half a point, maybe.
Half a point?
It's tough.
You're gonna have some days that you go back up. I mean,
Let's just say Ben is a plus 30. He spends 2 weeks on the course.
With who?
With you.
Oh, with me?
Yeah. And unfortunately, you're just going to have to go side to side on the fairways.
I think I could hone Ben in 2 weeks. I think I'd have Ben down to plus 20.
So you take off 10 strokes in 2
so.
weeks.
I think so.
There's no chance.
Now, there's probably some quick fixes.
If you actually think that's true,
I do.
We'll see
I
out
have
there.
two. I have 2 open weeks.
Get Ben ready. 2-2. We're going to have you. Kurt, this is what I'm going to do to you. You're going to have Ben and Zach. And
Oh,
Caden.
geez,
You're going to have all 3 of those.
I haven't seen Caden in
2-2. 1 hopper over towards Baker. Toss to second 1. Relay to first. In time. 6-4-3. Double play spun by Baker, Schoenfeld, and Zeisler.
That's what the Y'alls need here in this inning. Yeah, I mean, if you're anything like Zach's, it'll be a long, long game. Shout out to the ops crew that make so much happen here at Thomas More, but Corey ain't a bad stick.
No. I didn't say anything about Corey. Corey's
Zach,
very
though,
good.
he's got some, but he's new. He's been a year into the game. Golf's a tough sport.
First pitch to Christian Hall. Pinch hit for Isaac Bellany his last time up.
You know what? Generally, I find though, if you have a lot of the skills in baseball and golf are very similar. The focus factor, muscle memorization with swing and everything.
That one gets away from Kyle Harbison. Run comes in to score. That will complete the line for Dunn and allows 4 runs without an out, 1 hit and 3 walks.
If you were to take a trip right now down to the cages, you're going to find a putting green right down there. The players are all putting on it. Just honing in that focus.
Yeah, there's a lot of good baseball players go to golf in the off season. The 2L missing upstairs.
Were you ever someone that felt like, Rory, you could not golf in the middle of baseball season? Like it would ruin your swing?
No, I could. In fact, in senior year in Arizona, I think the first 2 games I went hitless, and then I went golfing the next day. And my first at-bat back, I hit a triple. And I had my coach say, you should get on the course more often.
Yeah, I think it takes the same kind of focus required to hit a golf ball sitting still, oddly enough, is the same kind of focus it takes to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
3-1 in there for a strike. 3-2 the count to the big lefty, Christian Hall.
Yeah, you give me
Well, I did not have a baseball swing. I stopped playing baseball in 5th grade, so
So you're
I don't
working
have that to build off of.
the payoff. Swing and a miss, top of the zone. Darden picks up his first K in front of the Florence faithful. Does a good job getting out of the inning. 4 runs come across, all charged to Blake Dunn, and we'll say goodbye to Kurt here on the broadcast.
Ben, Rory, thanks for having me up in the bucket tonight. Another awesome night here at Thomas More, and I will catch you guys tomorrow night for more Topps Chrome Platinum on Rip That Pack. It's about time for me to head out
And see you on the links next week.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks with Ben on the course. We'll get him down to 20. I'm about to check into the bar, check out the Gold Taste beer flow here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
We'll see you, Kurt. Headed to the bottom of the 8th when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the 8th, Florence on top. 17-12. A 5-run ball game. Caleb Debin will step in on the mound, replacing Jorge Benitez, who goes a shutout inning with 2 strikeouts. No hits allowed either. Jackson Tucker, the lone y'all without a time on base and without a hit. He's 0 for 5 today in a game where Florence has 17 runs on 17 hits. Very unusual. The top of the order hitter as he punches one into center field, and that's a good broadcaster jinx.
We talked about it so much in the broadcast. The broadcaster's jinx. We've also talked about Tucker not typically having these 0 for days, so it's good to get him back in that column.
That'll bring up Tyler Schoenfeld. He's had a great day at the plate. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Also reached on a walk, plus 2 stolen bases. See what he can do. Florence obviously giving up 4 runs. It was a 9-run lead. Shortened just a bit now to 5. if we know Florence Yon's baseball, they usually make things exciting in the ninth. Hopefully they can try and coast through.
Not the good kind of exciting.
No. The 1-0.
You take home a win, and I'm not trying to put any negatives on here because you're never upset with a win in this league, especially over a Jackals team's having a pretty good year. But man, it's another game. You got 3 innings, 3+ runs for New Jersey, and Florence pitching's allowed.
What we've seen, Florence faces talented pitching like they did in Washington. Just really Kobe Fosters, the Hector Garcias that are going to shut you out. Obviously, you're not seeing games like this. Tucker takes off, and it's a foul ball from Tyler Schoenfeld. A little gamesmanship from Schoenfeld there. Hey, don't get that 14th stop.
Probably.
Just protected at the plate. That was middle. Had to swing at that. No, you're not going to be able to have these games consistently.
And it's why. Florence, good record right now. They're 6-9 against the division.
That's true. 2-2. Hard hit right over towards the second baseman. That's Stewart who made a nice grab, taking away a base hit from Tyler Schoenfeld.
And Florence has lost 3 series this all season long. All 3 of them have been to each of the 3 teams in the division.
Yeah. Evansville, Lake Erie, and Washington. It's a tough division. It really is.
That's a big part of it. But again, that's why we say that's the division where you can't have these games all the time.
No doubt. And when you go to Gateway this weekend, you're facing a team that, hey, their records right now getting them into the division lead. Schaumburg,
Florence, yeah.
But if they slip just a little bit, that's who you're facing for a wild card spot.
Right. And you always think it's too early to talk about that until you get 2 months down the road and you're a game behind Gateway, and you think to yourself, man, I would have liked to have that 12-11 loss back.
And just from where I've been at in my last 2 years, I'll talk about the playoffs at any time. As that one skied out towards left field, and Encarnacion all over it, makes the grab for out number 2.
Well, Rory, I know I've mentioned this to you. My couple of summers with baseball, Cincinnati Steam in the Great Lakes League a couple summers ago, last place. Falmouth Commodores, last place of the Cape Cod Baseball League last summer. Indiana Baseball, tied for last in the Big Ten this past season, called games for them. So, but you did say maybe we could take some of the football success into
Yes. First pitch to Brendan Bobo. Big swing and a miss there. Technically a quiet night from Bobo, but that's because he was intentionally walked and kind of pitched around. He's 1 for 3 with 2 walks, 2 runs scored. The big bat for Florence, who leads the team in RBIs, does not have one today. The 0-1, runs upstairs. Brushes him off the plate.
He's got a couple of those today.
Seems like Florence will go back to Nate Darden.
Yeah.
Nobody warming up out there. Big swing and a miss. Still, Florence is unfortunately dealing with an active-inactive in Eddie Cafton, who is injured, didn't travel on the road for Florence. Just there's 0 spot on the IL for him. That one misses inside. Florence already using their 6 max IL players.
All of them pitchers, too.
Yep. The only one that you haven't seen is Jake Lynch, who was placed on the 60-day IL to start the season.
Seth Maddox says it.
Yeah, that's true. 2-2 swing and a miss. Brendan Bobo down on strikes. A single from Jackson Tucker to open the inning, but Florence not able to do anything with it. We head to the top of the 9th. That's a 5-run lead for Florence when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Tomas, just a reminder about our end of the game interview. Just make sure the camera's on home plate. Just a reminder about our post-game interview. Just make sure the high home camera is pointed at home plate. Perfect. Yes, yes, me too. Thank you. Top of the ninth, Nate Darden back out for Florence, just trying to close out a 5-run lead.
Dante Stewart, Felix Stevens, and Luis Encarnacion. 2-3-4 for New Jersey presents a threat to Darden. Fared pretty well, entering in a tough spot for Blake Donnan. It was runners on first and third and nobody out. Allowed an RBI single, but then worked a double play and a strikeout to end that inning. Florence on top 17-12. First pitch, skies it out towards right field. That's a big first one. Bobo coming in all over it. Makes the grab for out number one. One pitch, one out here in the ninth. It'd be great to keep Darden's pitch count too, because you want to use him again in this series. You know, it's only the matter that Donnan wasn't able to get an out that you see Darden here right now. The hope was that Donnan was just able to coast through the end of this game and not have to use any of your, big relief pieces. And I quickly think that Darden is entering into that trust territory for Toby Hall. Wind up, first pitch, right down Broadway at 91. It's, stuff like that. Not a lot of spin rate for Darden on his fastball. I mean, 1826. I think the majority of the Florence relievers are, above 2,000. But any way that you throw strikes, truthfully could care less about spin rate. We'll take strikes any day of the week. 0-2 the count after a foul ball to the big flex, Felix Stevens. He's 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI and a run scored, plus a walk. 0-2 pitch, bounces in the dirt. 906 on the spin rate there. Don't know if that's because it was just short. Could have been a splitter of some sort from Darden. Which his arm angle, with his arm angle, seems like a pretty good pitch. 1-2, swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone. Puts down one of the hottest hitters in the Frontier League, and Felix Stevens for his second K of the outing. Florence just one out away. It's Luis Encarnacion coming to the plate. I mean, yeah. How about that for Nate Darden? That's the, second K for him. Second time putting down Felix Stevens in this ball game for the Florence staff. But as a rookie coming in that was just signed less than a week ago, big swing and a miss. I mean, this is an absolute confidence booster for Darden, who's getting swings and misses from two of the best players in the league, Stevens and Encarnacion. Wind up the 0-1. Fastball dots up the outer half, not called. Looked good, missed a couple inches off the plate. That's just a good spot. Called time at the plate. Florence trying to move to 16-12, back to 4 games above 500. That's the highest they've gone above 500. Winds the 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. Darden shooting it right down Broadway. A sight for sore eyes. Couple fastballs down the heart of the plate. See what he ends on here. 1-2, line, delivery, swing and a miss, top of the zone. Nate Darden and 1-2-3 flashing closes out the New Jersey Jackals. Florence takes home a 17-12 win. How about that from Nate Darden? 2 innings pitched, allowed just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 Ks. Heck of an outing for a talented rookie. Whitesell will get the win for the Yalls. The loss will go to Dozie Drakeford, who entered in a tie game. Florence obviously using a big
6th inning where they played at 9 runs to take a big lead and win 17-12. A lot of players to talk about. We'll see probably Marcus Brodell in our player of the game. He had a heck of an outing. 3 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, reached base 4 times. I think any time that you have that type of outing, you got to earn yourself player of the game honors. Plus,
He picked up his 3rd home run of the season. Pretty much a no-doubter for Marcus Brodell. But also, to mention Milo Rushford, 3 RBIs today, 2 runs scored, 2 hits. Hank Zeisler, 3 doubles. Garrett Broussard, 3 RBIs as well. But let's talk to Marcus Brodell. We'll send it down to Ben.
Thanks, Rory. Marcus, a 3 for 4 day for you, and got that 2-run home run, a go-ahead base hit, and a great team offensive game for you guys, but you were named player of the game. What'd you like today?
Just play as a team. Don't think, have fun.
Toby Hall, your manager, is going to have some tough playing time decisions coming up. All 12 guys offensively on this Florence roster are hitting. Is it contagious a little bit, and other guys, seeing them do well start to make an impact on you at the plate?
Oh, yeah, definitely contagious. Just coming here every day and, you just have to have the mindset of we're going to go in, win this game, get some hits, and our pitchers are going to do their jobs on the mound. Play as a team. Baseball is a team sport, so you can't always think about yourself. Like I said, team sport.
Speaking of Toby, his first year here in Florence and the offense is off to a rolling start, and the team's 16-12 now. Also got ejected in the last couple of games, but it combined 37 runs in those last 2 games at home. How much has he really had an impact on you guys?
Oh, yeah, he's let's see. I'll say if you're scared, get a dog. That's all I got to say.
Well, you got those couple ejections to get you guys fired up. And you guys have had so much success at home. What do you guys like so much about playing here at Thomas More Stadium?
The fans. Come out here and we play, but the fans get us hype every game, and we love and appreciate them so much.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Rory.
Heck of a game from Marcus Brodell. What was that quote? If you're scared, get a dog. I like that one. I have not heard that one before. Marcus Brodell, our player of the game. 4 RBIs, 3 hits, 2 extra base hits, and his 3rd homer of the season, fueling Florence to a 17-12 victory over the New Jersey Jackals, taking home Game 1 of the 3-game series. The win will go to Max Whitesell, who came on in relief of Zach Westcott. In the 6th inning, Max Whitesell ended up tossing an inning and 2/3, just allowing 1 hit, shutout baseball, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He notches his 2nd win of the season. And Florence will try to win the series tomorrow when they send out right-handed pitcher Nathan Lawson to face Lisandro Almonte, another right-handed pitcher for New Jersey. Florence hoping the offense can stay the same and then just get a little bit better pitching. Obviously, whenever you're allowing 13 hits, 12 runs, it's a cause for concern, but you'll take it at this point when your offense is getting 18 hits and 17 runs. Again, not a game that we always want to see, but one that you can welcome. Again, Nathan Lawson against Lisandro Almonte. That's a 6:51 start tomorrow, Wrestling Wednesday, presented by Wendy's and NWF. That'll be a fun one. Florence moves to 16-12 on the season. The New Jersey Jackals 14-13. The Y'alls trying to inch their way back into, hopefully get to first place in the Midwest Central Division. That'll do it for us on the broadcast. Special shout out to you guys tuning in wherever it is, the Frontier League Network powered by HTN or the Florence Y'alls Radio Network on our YouTube audio stream. You guys are awesome for tuning into this ball game. Almost went 4 hours, about a 3.5-hour ball game here tonight on a Tuesday night. So anytime you're watching Florence Y'alls baseball on a Tuesday, you always get a special shout out. You already saw Ben Howard down on the field. I've been Rory Tettemer, and until next time, saying so long from Thomas More Stadium, and y'all have a good night.